Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is Military Appreciation Night, a night to salute those who gave of themselves to serve our country. At this time, we ask that all of our veterans who have served in the United States military please rise to be recognized with a round of applause of appreciation from those you have helped to defend. As well as our first responders.
Burlington Greyhounds are at home alongside John Flaherty. I am Scott Mason as we're getting ready for a couple of teams that are still in search of that first victory of the new campaign. Clinton, the River Kings, are in town tonight. An old Mississippi 8 foe, an old MAC foe, a renewal of acquaintances after a 4-year or a 5-year layoff. Last year was resumed. The return trip down here to Burlington for the River Kings. A couple of 0-2 teams trying to find their way here early.
And two teams in really kind of two different directions, Scott. You're talking about a Clinton team that faced a Western Dubuque team in their first game of the season and were bum rushed and just were taken by surprise in terms about how physical they would be. And then just trying to find an offensive rhythm between their two quarterbacks. Burlington kind of feeling confident about themselves, really taken by surprise by an Ottumwa team that changed an offense or maybe hit an offense coming in the first week. And then last week, both teams just struggled to find some offensive consistency. And so now these are a must-win for both teams if they're going to get any momentum to hopefully get themselves into the playoffs by the end of the year.
You know, the toughest thing for the Burlington Greyhounds these first 2 weeks has been their first quarters, quite honestly, and then in a bigger picture, their first halves. Burlington's been outscored 41-0 over the first 12 minutes of the first 2 weeks, and then at halftime, they've trailed 68-19, so by a combined score, an average score of 34-9 or 10, depending on how you round that half point. But really, in realistic terms, what has to happen tonight in order for Burlington to win, in my view, John, and you can disagree if you'd like, but they got to come out, they got to withstand whatever emotional storm, because it is homecoming and you think the emotion's on your side, but assuredly this team's going to press a little bit, wanting to not only overcome these first 2 weeks, but also put on a show for this homecoming crowd.
Yep.
So you got to withstand that over the first 5 to 10 minutes of a ball game and be in a position after the end of the first quarter to not be down 3 scores.
And not really just to sustain a punch, they have to deliver a punch. Not only have they been taken to the woodshed early in the first part of the game, they haven't been able to produce a whole lot either. So they really need to get themselves untracked offensively, however they do it, because they have a fairly decent running game. Brock Dengler's proven to be a pretty good quarterback. They're trying to find that downfield threat, but they have some guys who can catch. They just haven't seen to find a rhythm to get themselves going offensively. So for me, I agree with you, but they really have to be the aggressor in this thing. They can't just withstand and hold their ground and then try to figure it out. They've got to push a little bit themselves and take the fight to Clinton.
Well, this series dates back to 1931. Clinton leads the all-time series 25-15. They've won 4 of the last 6, 9 of the last 13, and 10 of the last 15, dating back to 2000. These two teams got together for 36 consecutive seasons from 1978 to 2013. But, of course, after 2013, the MAC disbanded in football, and district football took over in Class 4A. So there was a 4-year hiatus before these teams got back together last year. A couple of good notes. Burlington, since 1952, and again, I remind you that's as far back as I've gotten in my database, since 1952, and that is 67 years of football. Burlington 39-28 on homecoming, and they have won 3 of their last 4. Here are some fun facts. It's Friday the 13th, and of course the micro harvest moon is out there as well. Burlington 11-7 on Friday the 13th. They are 6-4 on September 13th. The last time these two teams met on Friday the 13th was back in 1989, my senior year. Burlington 34, Clinton 7. However, the last time the Greyhounds played on Friday the 13th, 2 years ago, October, they did fall to Cedar Rapids Prairie, 53-20. So a lot of those numbers, if you're superstitious, and as Michael Scott said on The Office many, many years ago, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. They've got a lot of things going for them tonight that we should be optimistic about.
Well, and it's been a good week in a lot of ways at the high school. Lots of fun things. The kids did a tremendous job today with WQAD's pep rally down here at the stadium at 5:15 in the morning. Some of our football players were down there as they were part of the band. Did a nice job at school. School went well. Probably first time in probably a decade for me seeing a lot more school spirit in terms of dress-up days. Not just by the students, but by the staff. There's a lot of things that are going on. And so it's real exciting to see that come about, kind of that life. Even when you're sitting at 0-2, the kids are really behind it. And as we've been leaning out over the press box here, it's really almost a capacity crowd. And the south end zone is probably full with all of our 7th and 8th grade students.
Crawling with ankle biters down there.
Yeah, it's really, a really good setting here tonight. So it should provide a great environment for us. For us, can we contain the emotion and execute?
Well, John and I could sit here and talk for the next 18 and a half minutes, but we know at this point in the pregame show you want to hear from the actual head coach, not the former head coach. We talked about this earlier, John. They want to hear from the current head coach. Zach Shea and I sat down yesterday, talked about tonight, talked a little bit about last week. Either way, we're previewing Clinton and the Greyhounds. Kickoff coming up just over 18 minutes. We're going to take some time on the other side of this timeout. Zach and I, we talked about what's coming up on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Well, fans, the BHS Boosters online store is available now at www.anywereborough.com. That's BHS Booster Store online, available now at www.anywearburl.com. The store closes this Sunday, September 15th, to make your purchases now to get more Booster athletic gear sponsored by the BHS Booster Club. Well, fans, we want to welcome and recognize the BHS class of 1984. The 36th class reunion this evening, as well as the class of 2009 for their 10th reunion this evening. Please welcome the class of 1984 and the class of 2009 back to Brinkwell Stadium. Good evening. Tonight the Marching Greyhounds will perform Go Get 'em Greyhounds and Uprising. The band is directed on the field by drum major Casey Pepper. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's colors will be presented by the members of the Burlington Police Department, Jason Webster and Josh Riffle, and members of the Burlington Fire Department, Luke Griffiths, McIntyre Walters, and Robert Griesman. We now ask the gentlemen please remove their caps. And all who are able to do so, please stand in honor of our country for the playing of our national anthem. Thanks to our soloist, Jeff Overly. Well, fans, we please have you direct your attention to midfield for the coin toss. And captains from Trenton, Ulysses Patterson and Hunter Randall, and your Greyhound captains Buck Dangler, Nice Garlow, Jacob Peterson, and Isaac Whitson. Trenton won the toss and is elected to receive. The Greyhounds will defend the south goal.
KT Thompson did a lot of the share of running, but now he has come up lame a little bit with either a knee or an upper thigh injury, and I know it's game time. I saw him warming up, but Bryant Williams and Trey King did a nice job filling in, but they need to get more reps. We always felt at the lower level that Bryant was a guy who needed 25, 30 touches. You can't do that if you continually get 3 and out. So it's really important as we kick off here that we get an early stop and then we get our offense rolling.
Brock Dingler with the approach, and we are underway here in week 3. Caught at the 22 and bringing it up the middle of the field for Clinton. That's number 20. That's Jasper Luckritz on the return from the 22 up to the 29, a return of 7, and that's where the River Kings will start their first drive of the night.
DJ Pugh coming off the right side to make the tackle for the Greyhounds to give the Clinton River Kings a starting spot on.
You almost
29.
said Lumber Kings.
I know. I was so ready for baseball.
I'm going to do that several times.
Yep.
Guaranteed. So first down and 10 for Clinton from their own 29. Shotgun set, 2 right, 1 left. Quarterback tonight is Jai Jensen. He's a sophomore with Ulysses Patterson to his left. The entire offense looking over to the sideline, looking at 3 guys in red shirts give different signals. One of them's hot, 2 of them not. Here's a snap to Jensen, looking right, going to throw right, going deep on the first play from scrimmage, throws it out of bounds. Intended receiver is Travion Bailey, guarded his basketball, covered by Bryant Williams, incomplete.
And this is kind of where Clinton is trying to live. They have this spread offense, and they're really trying to find a way to get the ball downfield. They really want to see if Travion Bailey, the 6'4", 455-pound junior, can really create some space and win some matchups. The problem is Jensen is not as accurate, and he misses some guys underneath that would be easy pickups for him.
Second down and 10 from the 29. Now Clinton sends 2 receivers in motion from left to right. That's the wide side of the field. 2 right, 1 left in this formation with a wingback right side. Here's a give to Patterson. Ulysses Patterson pounds it right up the middle, and he just pushes the pile forward up just across the 35. Give him the 35. It'll be a gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Charlie Carlson coming up from his safety spot for the tackle for the Greyhounds. This is something that the Kings have not been able to do, and it's run the ball. Even though Ulysses Patterson is a 6'1", 180-pound senior running back, really provides a lot of power for them, and we can't let this 3rd down go any further.
3rd down and 4 from just across the 35-yard line. Clinton goes no huddle, and then once they get to the line of scrimmage, then they check the play. They huddle, just not together. So 3rd down and a short 4. Need to get across the 39 for a first down. Jensen back to pass, has a man right side, going to be short of the first down. That's Davon Gallant. And Gallant up to the 38, going to be short by a yard.
Brought down by Williams again on the coverage. Kind of waited just a little bit too long. Could have jumped on it a little bit sooner. But a 4th and 2 for the Kings. And, you know, they're an 0-2 team. They're going to be just like the Greyhounds. They're going to make some decisions here, and they are going to go for it.
So it'll be 4th and 1, and that's probably Devin Gallant. So I just pronounced it French for his benefit. Just underway, 10.5 minutes remaining. Opening drive of the game. Clinton now 4th and 1 from the 38. Patterson now to the left of Jensen. Jensen gets the snap, gives it to Patterson. It gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be dropped inside. No, he got across the 35, but still short of the first down by 2 yards. Patterson actually lost a yard, got hit back at the 34 and was able to get back 3, but couldn't get all 5. And turnover on downs to the Greyhounds.
Great push by the interior line of the Greyhounds. Something that Clinton has not been able to do is establish themselves up front. And Western Dubuque have been able to take advantage of the gaps that they have in their alignment, just a little too wide for those big guys to be able to catch those stunning linebackers.
So loss of 3. First down and 10, Greyhounds now from the Clinton 37. Greyhounds in plus territory. Diamond formation to the right side. 4 receivers, flank to the right. Now 1 to the left, and now Zach Shea is going to take a timeout. Just a minute 46 into the ball game.
Not a hurried timeout. I'm not sure. I think he was trying to get a look at the defensive setup. You know, you never want to get a call that early to stop the clock, especially after a great defensive series, but better, as we talked about, to make sure that you are aggressive and that you are all on the same page.
Well, it didn't even stop the clock because the change of possession, the clock wasn't even started. And I don't even know how close, without having As there are no play clocks tonight. We don't know where the play clock was. Maybe that was the issue. But it was an interesting formation where you had one receiver to the left side and 4 split to the right. In a diamond. And I said that, John. Did you not pick up on that?
Yeah, I did.
I said diamond.
Yeah, and you did a nice job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's what I'm looking for. I just want some pats on the back.
And that's all I'm going to give you. Pat on the back.
Blake Meyer split wide to the left. Ryan Bowman split wide to the right.
This is a big boy formation.
Bryant Williams behind the quarterback, Brock Dengler. Dengler turns and gives it to Williams off the left side. Nothing there. Driven back from the line of scrimmage. Forward progress should give him the line of scrimmage, and it looks like it will. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Scott, 2 guys that you really need to watch in this Clinton defense is the same 2 guys that are over on the offensive side, and that is Ulysses Patterson and then the freshman Tavian Bailey, number 15, 6 foot, 170-pound freshman playing an inside linebacker. He moves all over the place. You're never not sure where he's going to line up, and he can bring the lumber. He is a very physical player.
Myers left again. Bowman right again. Williams behind Dengler again. Williams with the carry again, this time off the left side. And once again, stopped at the line of scrimmage, put the ball on the ground. Looks like it's recovered by Clinton, and that's Devin Gallant again. So no gain on the carry and a 1-yard return technically for Gallant. So 25, Bryant Williams fumbles the football.
Yeah, and that is not characteristic of Bryant, and I'm not sure if that ball got poked out, but Clinton did a nice job recognizing that they were in their heavy formation, slanting into the gaps, causing that disruption up in the front part of the line.
So with 9:21 remaining, the Greyhounds can do nothing here in the first quarter after the turnover on downs. Clinton starts this drive where it ended the last one. Its own 38-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Right is the short side of the field. Jackson just to the left of Jensen. Jensen going to throw. Pump fake. Now tucks and runs. 40, 45. And is going to be sandwiched and brought down at about the 48 near a first down. We'll see where they spot it. And they're going to give him the first down to the 48. Needed 10, got 10.
Nash Garlow, the linebacker, and Trey King, the safety, who I believe is actually assigned the spy on Jensen with the stop for the Greyhounds.
So a 10-yard pickup brings up first down and 10 at the River King 48. Jensen barking out signals. 2 left, 1 right in this formation. Good snap. Jensen, quick hitter. Had a man, and Travion Bailey goes through the hands of his intended receiver. It falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Bailey's been targeted probably 90% of the season so far. Scott, Jensen is really kind of focused in, and I think if we can sit just a little bit tighter and see that break, and then we could, I think a pick's ready to happen here soon.
2nd down and 10 from Clinton, 48-yard line. Now the River Kings go trip to the left side. Jensen back to pass again, getting pressured from the backside, throws deep down the right side of the field. Wanted his man Travion Bailey for the 3rd time tonight, and for the 3rd time tonight, throws it incomplete to the big wide receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Scott, I know, since we're on the radio, not people listening aren't able to see, but what Brian is doing is getting on the inside hip of Bailey, and he's actually just running with him, forcing his route to go wider out of bounds, so there's no way that he could actually catch the ball if it was completed.
4th down and 10, 2 yards into Clinton territory at the Clinton 48. Oh, 3rd down and 10. My apologies. You're right, John. Here's a completion on 3rd and 10 to Seth Dotterwyk. Dotterwyk into Greyhound territory at the 31-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 21 yards.
Yeah, this is what Clinton was able to do at the end of the game against West last week. They were able to throw that ball inside, short yardage passes allow them to pick up some yardage instead of focusing on Bailey so much. Interestingly enough, the Greyhounds are playing in either cover 2 or they're playing cover 0, and everybody's manned up, which gives you some trouble in the middle of the field.
Jensen going to throw it again. Deep down the right side again. Again wanted Travion Bailey, and again overshot him. It'll be 2nd and 10.
There is a love relationship with this guy, and I'm sure it's kind of like, to me, if I'm going to use a baseball analogy, it's just a home run swing. One of these times it's going to happen, and you're going to be able to get 6 points out of it. But Bryant Williams is doing an excellent job of covering the 24 Bailey.
4 consecutive pass plays for Clinton on this drive. 2nd and 10 from the Greyhound 31. Make it 5 consecutive. Middle screen play. He's got a man and Ulysses Patterson, but Patterson's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be dropped at about the 34. Now a late flag in on the play.
That was Mason Ford on the tackle, and Gage Webster just not able to stop, landing on top as the whistle blows. He's going to get called for either unnecessary roughness or personal foul.
Dead ball foul, personal foul on the Greyhounds. And so even a 3-yard loss goes against the Greyhounds on this occasion. That will walk it off to the 19-yard line.
Those are the things that the Greyhounds can have happen, and that's not Gage purposely trying to do that. That's just part of that, right now the aura that seems to be upon the Greyhounds here. We get into these hiccups and these trips when you're playing so well. We got to be able to bounce back and not let them in the end zone.
So I actually call that they take it to the 16. I'm sorry. Math is hard. So it's 1st down and 10 at the 16-yard line, not the 19. Oh, they went from the previous line of scrimmage. That's what it was. Patterson gets the handoff. He cuts right to the 10, pushing the pile forward to the 5 and brought down just short of the 5. It would appear about the 6. Now they'll give him the 5, so a gain of 11. It'll be 1st and goal.
Carlson, Wixom, and Zoo on the tackle for the Greyhounds. This is a situation where the Greyhounds really have to get some penetration on the defensive front if they're going to stop Clinton from scoring.
1st and goal from the Greyhound 5. Jensen barking out the signals. Got Patterson to his left, 2 receivers to the left side, and Devin Gallant and Seth Dotterwijk. Now he's got Travion Bailey split wide to the right. Jasper Luckritz is his wingman to the right, and he gives it to Patterson. Tried to take it up the gut, nothing there. Now he put it on the floor, and it looks like the quarterback Jensen was able to fall on it back at the 19, but it looks like the far side official is going to give him forward progress to the 9, which is actually a loss, but forward progress in these terms means the fumble never happened.
That's exactly right. Great job by Webster and Wixom allowing the linebackers King and Carlson and Fort to be able to stick their nose in. I know Charlie is normally playing in as free safety, but with this scheme, they're going to move him up and play him as a linebacker.
2nd out and goal now at the 9. Jensen looking left, throws left, quick slant, has a man, and that's Travion Bailey who makes the catch, drags his defender into the end zone. That was Matt Berdar on coverage. He couldn't make the play, and it's 6-0 in favor of Clinton.
Matt's right there, and this is what the 5th target that Jensen's had for Bailey. So, we just need to settle in and know that those 2 names are going to be called all night long. And Matt did what he could, but it's this nice pitch and catch, and the Greyhounds are going to be down 7-0 here shortly. And it's going to be up to us to get ourselves back on our feet and try to come up with an answer.
And to try the point after, the hold by Zach Hoffman. The kick is up and good. There's a flag on the play as William Sivright stepped into it and booted it through. We'll see what the penalty is. Illegal formation on Clinton, so we'll do it again.
Scott, I've been fortunate enough to watch film all week, and Noah Howard, the 6'5", 300-pound left tackle for Clinton, is consistently early on the snap. I mean, I don't know how many times he was called for a legal procedure at the West game. It was at least 7 times. And he is just that fast. And I think with the centers, I would think the Clinton coaches would need to tell the centers to get that ball moving faster.
Sivright to try it again, this time from 26 yards away. And the snap is fumbled and just being devoured by 3 purple shirts, or make that black shirts, is the holder who couldn't do anything with it. Zach Hoffman just had to eat it. So the extra point has it taken off the board after the penalty. We'll see if that comes back to haunt Clinton at 6-0 with 6:19 remaining in the first. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com. Ulysses Patterson has it up on the tee. He approaches, and we're back underway. Goes off the inside of his foot, and it's going to have to be taken by one of the upbacks at the 34. Hard to tell who that is. I think that's Charlie Carlson based upon
his
the
shoes.
towel hanging out the back of his rear end.
Yeah. So good job of covering it. You don't want to do too much with that ball that bounces that way on the turf. Good field position for the Greyhounds, and Scott, it's got to be an answer. We've got to get something going, move the chains. Got to get at least 2 to 3 first downs to feel good, and then ultimately you want to get yourself in the end zone.
Well, the Greyhounds on their first drive of the night went no gain, fumble lost, and that was all preceded by a timeout before the first play was even run.
Yeah, not really a good sign when you're trying to get something going offensively.
Now they trail 6-0. They send 4 out to the left side in that diamond formation we talked about earlier. 1 to the right. Dengler going to throw behind the line of scrimmage to DJ Pugh. Wanted to throw it. Has a man in Bryant Williams, but he breaks down the protection. Now he's going to keep it 40, 45, 50. 45, 40. A couple of men to beat. Can't do it as number 10 for Clinton had the angle. That was J.R. Wofford, the coach's son, able to bring DJ Pugh down at the 35. That's a gain of 32 yards.
Scott, reminiscent to Zach Shea's first play call here at the stadium, his first year, where Mason Linebaugh threw the ball downfield to Spencer Sherwood for the touchdown. DJ not able to see Bryant Williams, made the smart play, tucked the ball, ran, got us a first down.
I don't know if he had time to see Bryant Williams.
Well, that may be true, but.
So first down at 10 at the Clinton 35. Here's Williams off the right side. Jitterbugs inside the 35, down to about the 32. Looks like they're going to give him 2 on the carry. They're going to spot it right about the 33, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
Scott, you get enough of these 3 or 4 yard pushes, you get able to move the chains. So we are not in a hurry to rush the clock.
5:20 and counting here in quarter number 1. Burlington trailing 6-0. But thanks to the 32-yard run by DJ Pugh, they are on the move. Full house backfield with Dengler. Again, give to Williams off the left side this time. He just pulls a couple of defenders with him down to the 26. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Bryant reminds me of a young Josh Osborne. I said at the top of the show, he's a guy who needs to get 25, 30 touches, and then he just gets better with each one, and he figures out where he's got to lower his shoulder, when he can make some moves. So great job. Big 3rd down for us here.
Big 3rd down opportunity for the Greyhounds to try and find a way. This is the first time all season, by the way, Clinton has had the lead after getting shut out in week 1, 42-0, and then last week scoring with 25 seconds left to make the final score against Davenport West 19-7. Here's a give to Trey King off the left side. Little change of pace, and Trey's on his feet, 1 foot or the other, down to the 20. That's a gain of 6, and someday I'll learn how to do this whole talking thing.
Yeah, that'll be good for you. Noah Howard and Luckert's on the tackle for the River Kings. Great first down. Great run by Trey. Kind of took his time in the hole and was able to make a nice little jump cut, get a few extra yards. Nice to be entering the red zone early on in the game, Scott.
Pickup of 6.
Scott, the other thing that's kind of interesting, there's not a feel of a rush because you don't have that play clock in your face.
Well, and you're also not trailing by 20 points or 21 like you have the first 2 weeks. Dengler turns and gives it to King. He tried to go up the middle, cut it outside, tries to plant his foot, turn the corner. He does. He's down to the 10 before he's run out of bounds by, did you say number 1 over there?
No, I'm just saying he got a first down. That's Bailey who ran him out of bounds. But good enough for the first down. Nice job. You saw the hole was plugged. That's the one time where you want to jump cut, get outside, and get downhill as fast as you can. King's got some speed. And between the 2 of them, they could cause some problems tonight for the River Kings.
2 carries, 16 yards for Trey King. Early on in this season, his most effective night on the ground, believe it or not.
Good job by the guys up front. I know that Clinton's bringing a lot of pressure to try to disrupt the running game, but the backs seem to handle it pretty well.
Bryant Williams back into the lineup. He'll take it off the left side, just kind of splits the center and the left guard. He's got 5 down to the 5. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, you nudged me there because he knocked.
No, I hit you. I didn't mean to.
No, but I mean he was able to pop the safety. He was able to pop the safety. I believe that was Nick Keese back 3 extra yards so he could get some more momentum going. Bryant is beginning to feel very comfortable within the offense, and it's nice to see.
Well, and I asked Zach Shea in the pregame interview whether or not knowing he's the guy might change his approach a little bit. I thought he's been a little tentative these first 2 weeks. Maybe now that he knows he's the guy that's going to get the lion's share of the carries, maybe that will help him emotionally and mentally.
Well, no fears, that's for sure.
Again, Williams following his blockers into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds. Tom Buckman over there is ruining my calls. He's blowing that cannon up before I can even get it out of my mouth.
Man, what a great job. I thought the timing was good on everybody's part. Good job by Bryant to get in the hole. Good job by the offensive line. Creating the hole, and the sound and the voice is all good.
I saw Mason Fort running off the field, and I thought, well, maybe he ended up taking it in, but no, it was Bryant Williams. Dangler to try the extra point. His kick is up and good. So for the first time this season, now the Greyhounds have a lead. It's Burlington 7, Clinton 6, 2:58 remaining first quarter. Back in a minute on KBUR and KBUR.com. Seven plays, 67 yards in 3 minutes and 21 seconds. The big play on that drive, the 32-yard run on the first play from DJ Pugh to put Burlington in a great position to score. Now Dangler has it back on the tee. It's going to be taken by an up back at about the 27-yard line. We'll get you who that returner is in just a second.
Trevor Bittner on the carry for the River Kings, 6 foot, 190-pound senior. Before Blake Myers takes him down to the ground.
Looking for a number for Bittner. There we go, 30. So he takes it from the 27 out to the 35, an 8-yard return. So it'll be first down and 10 for the River Kings. With just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Once again, the offense looking over to the far sideline, getting the play. 2 receivers split to the left side. That's the short side of the field as the ball rests on the left hash. 2:52 remaining here in the quarter. Jai Jensen back to pass. Has time. Has a man. And he's got his man into Burlington territory at the 35, down to the 30 before he's brought down is Travion Bailey. He who caught the touchdown moments ago, now with a big gainer, but there's a flag on the play back at the River King 28, and they're going to say personal foul, roughing the passer on the Greyhounds. So call it a gain of 20 plus 15 would be 35 yards plus a personal foul.
And, of course, the guy that they completed that pass over was on Williams, who himself just ended up scoring for the Greyhounds. Replaced now by Diego Treviso, the sophomore, the 5'10", 150-pound junior, excuse me. I still think he's a young guy. So Diego's in there now replacing Bryant.
So first down and 10 now at the Greyhound 15, and my, how things change quickly. 35-yard pickup, 15-yard penalty, the second personal foul called on the Greyhounds here in the first quarter. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining. Clinton trying to take the lead back. Jensen back to pass, throws in the end zone. Has a man caught inside the 1, and again, that's his big receiver, Travion Bailey, on the near side.
Treviso with the coverage for the Greyhounds. Scott, it's apparent that we don't feel comfortable playing up and press man against Bailey, and so we're giving him space, which allows him to have a two-way go. But a great tackle by Treviso not to allow the touchdown.
3 catches for 58
It's
yards
like
for
Clint's going
Travion
to call a
Bailey.
timeout. They had some personnel issues as well, so
they do take a timeout with 2:19 remaining in the first quarter, and that'll give us a chance to catch our breath. Right now, Burlington's defense, again, kind of getting exploited just a bit here
you're playing
early
cover
on.
zero. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Scott. They're playing cover zero, which means there's no free safety in the middle, which allows a receiver like Bailey, who is that big and that physical versus our corners, to be able to go wherever he wants to. And we're playing off because we're respecting his speed, which you should. He can get up and down the field. So it makes it a little bit easier for Jensen to get his throws off. And so how do we counteract that? We've got to bring pressure. And when we bring pressure, you run the risk of getting that personal foul of roughing the passer. So, there's a lot of gambling going on, and so, it gotta bow your knacks back one more time and put them in a situation where they can't get the ball off, or they can't let Bailey get off the line of scrimmage so easily.
Jensen has completed his last 4. Chances are they're running at least once here. First down and goal inside the 1. Patterson just to the left of Jensen with big blockers on the right side. Patterson's going to take it off the right side. 1 yard into the end zone for the easy touchdown, and it's 12-7.
Very, very lifeless. And, Clinton hasn't been here for a while, so they don't really have a big of a fan base, but it was almost like very church-esque. There wasn't a whole lot of response by anybody, but great inside run by Ulysses there, and here's an opportunity. They're going to go for 2, and you've got the new quarterback in there, Zach Hoffman for the River Kings.
Hoffman to run the conversion try. He just turns and gives it to Patterson. He wanted to go left and cut it out right, and I think he was brought down short, but no, they're going to say he extended the ball over the goal line. DJ Pugh tried to bring him down inside the 1. Couldn't quite get it done, so with 2:16 remaining in the quarter, still the first. It's now Clinton 14, Burlington 7. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com. Ulysses Patterson, who just got the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, gets us back underway by kicking it out of bounds. So the Grounds will get wonderful starting position for this drive, starting at their own 40.
Both teams have really gotten great field position on each of their kickoffs, Scott, usually between the 30 and the 35. So get to open the playbook a little bit more here. This might be a fun game. This could be a shootout. I don't think it'll ever match the 69-54 shootout we had. But, obviously both teams have done a good job trying to find what they can do to exploit the other's defense. Especially when you have both guys going both ways, you're going to be looking for guys who are going to be a little bit gassed. Bailey's playing in that free safety spot. Hoffman, the quarterback, playing on the far side as a corner, and many of the offensive linemen are also down as their defensive front.
1st and 10 Grounds from their own 35. Here's Williams on first down. He's got 4 up to the 39.
Nice run, just a straight ahead little inside zone, and there is Ulysses Patterson on the tackle along with Luckich for the Kings. And so it's an opportunity here. Again, 2nd and 5, you've got a lot of opportunities, a lot of different ways that you can move the ball.
So 2nd down and 6 as we tick down to 1:45 remaining here in the first quarter. 14-7. Last 3 drives have resulted in 3 touchdowns. Dengler again turns and hands to Williams off the right side. He's got the corner, 45, and he's kind of lassoed down at about the 47. A pickup of 8 and a Greyhound first down.
Williams Severite, the corner, the 5'11", 158-pound junior corner, doesn't bring him down. Bryant Williams has a lot of real estate to run, possibly to even up the score.
8 carries, 31 yards for Bryant Williams and the touchdown from 5 yards out.
You know, you see KT Thompson down on the sideline. He's dressed. He's got his helmet on. He's ready to go. But, you know, if he can be held out and keep himself healthy for district play, that'll be great. And if you can develop these 2 younger guys, that can give you a pretty impressive running back stable.
Final minute of the first quarter. First down and 10 grounds from their own 47. Here's a pitch to Trey King coming near side. Got the corner, was brought down just into Clinton territory. Thought he had the 49, but they're going to mark him at the 50. So give him a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 for Trey King and the Greyhounds.
Bittner on the tackle for the River Kings. I'm going to tell you, King went down hard, didn't he? Got a little nervous about that
Came
right knee.
down awkwardly on one of his knees. I think it was his left knee that went straight into the turf. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Bowman split wide to the right. Myers split wide to the left. Ball resting on the left hash. Dengler turns, fakes it to Williams. He'll roll right, throws right, wants Bowman, has him at the 42, turns upfield 40, 35, 30, and finally shoved out of bounds at the 28. Big gainer, Burlington first down, a gain of 22.
Pushed out of bounds by Tavian Bailey, the linebacker that I told you about, making his hustle play from there, along with number 7, William Severite for the River Kings. You know, Ryan does a great job of catching the ball, but he's going to be honest. He's not going to win a whole lot of foot races.
Believe it or not, final minute of the half, or quarter rather, and that's the first completion, the first attempt for Brock Dengler. So now 1 for 1 for 22 yards. That's a pretty good stat.
Well, great concept. You've been running off tackle, off tackle, off tackle. Nice little play action. Brock did a nice job of being patient on the rollout, so good position here. 1st
and 10 at the Clinton 28. Here's Williams again up the middle, and he's going to lose one, put it on the ground. In fact, we'll see who got it. I thought Burlington had it at first, but it scoots out of the hands of one of the interior linemen for the Greyhounds, is recovered by Clinton, and they'll take over at the 30. That's the 2nd fumble of the first quarter for Bryant Williams.
Jamie Miller, the 6', 225-pound defensive tackle, falls on the ball for the River Kings, and they get to close out the quarter here with the ball on their side. The way they run their offense, Scott, throwing up a home run ball right now is not out of the question, and so you got to make sure you got some fresh legs as Bailey comes down here to the Burlington sideline, and Williams will be in coverage. Greyhounds are playing cover 2 right now with Charlie playing deep safety.
First down and 10 from the 30. Here's Ulysses Patterson. There's her home run, 35-40, 45-50 into Greyhound territory. Just needs to outrun the back 7. He will, 10-5 into the end zone. There's your home run. He didn't have to even throw it. Now there's a penalty marker back at the 50.
Flag on the play, and this might be a personal foul against the Greyhounds as well, as we had the 274s. I'm not sure all that happened. I just saw that number 74, Dylan Schneider for the River Kings, went down, and Tyler Bailey was running right next to him. So I'm not sure, but we'll see what the call is.
Touchdown is good, says the white hat. Personal foul, Burlington. So that'll be assessed on the kickoff, I'm sure.
So I'm not sure all that happened. But whatever it wasn't necessary because it was not even going to be close to affecting the run by Patterson. So that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, which will probably result in the ball being placed at the 20.
So in to try the extra point is William Severite. Made one, but had it cut off the board due to a penalty. Then he missed the second attempt. Clinton got a 2-pointer to make it 14, as you typically see. Now he's going to try his second attempt. Hoffman with the spot at the 10. Snap is good. Spot is good. Kick is up and blocked.
Gage Webster on the block for the Greyhounds, coming off the defensive right side, right over number 63, Noah Howard, able to split that gap. So good job, special teams. Time to regroup, get back, try to find a way to score here as we get moving into the second quarter.
That'll do it for quarter number 1. We put 12 in the books. We got 36 to go. 21-7. Clinton on top. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com. I'd almost onside kick it. What do you have to lose?
You don't.
One play, 70 yards in the fastest official 70-yard dash. 1 second on that drive. And to kick it off is J.R. Wofford. And why don't you onside kick it right here as they're kicking from the Greyhound 45. Wofford with the approach. He's going to kick a nubber, taken at the 19-yard line by Charlie Carlson. Charlie across the 20, 25, 30, and brought down on the play by Jasper Luckritz. And that's going to be a return of about 12 yards for CC.
Charlie was a little unsure whether he should down it or whether he should try to move the ball forward. So, again, Greyhounds have great field position. Bitten 4 times. 2 bad penalties, 2 fumbled turnovers, and now we're sitting in a hole again, and we've got to find a way out.
Well, how many personal fouls do you have to commit before you mature? I mean, you got 3 personal fouls in the first quarter. That's got to change if you expect to win this game. Here's a give off tackle left, and I hate to be critical of kids, but good gracious, you got one on one play that you could explain away. You got second on roughing the quarterback, so you're a little late. Third one's just a cheap shot behind the play by 50 yards.
Yeah, I know you're trying to do things and you're trying to show intensity, but that's not the answer. You got to try to put yourself in a position to make good things happen.
1 yard carry by Bryant Williams puts the ball just outside the 32-yard line. Second down and a short 9, long 8. Jackson Carlson goes split wide to the left side. Ryan Bowman to the right. Short side of the field is the right side. Here's a give to, that's KT actually. That's not Bryant, that's KT. So KT into the ball game. KT had I thought it was KT, but I thought my eyes were deceiving me. So KT got 1 yard on the first carry. He gets 5 on the second. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 from the 37.
Patterson and Bailey on the stop for the River Kings. So good to see him back. Maybe he was just telling coaches that he was ready to go.
So 3rd down and 4 from the Greyhound 37-yard line, 10.5 minutes remaining. And I think the most frustrating thing about that first quarter was that you were in a position to not be down a whole lot like you've been the past 2 weeks, and here we are down 2 scores as KT takes it off the left side, and there's nothing there. Runs right into the big brick wall that's known as number 54, Jamie Miller for Clinton, and number 63, Noah Howard.
Those are some big kids.
So give them a yard. It'll be 4th and 3, and the Grounds will have to kick it away.
Webster back for the Greyhounds to kick it away. We've got Bailey, and we've got Severite deep for the River Kings.
Webster gets it away, end over end, frontward, going to hit it at the 40 and take a Greyhound roll inside the 35, inside the 30, just barely. So call it a kick of 12 plus 20. That's a 32-yard punt for Gage Webster. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the River Kings from their own 30-yard line.
Well, we got to find a way to get a stop and get the ball back here very quickly. Don't let things escalate even further. You can expect Patterson to have explosive plays and Bailey as well. They're explosive players. And so It's a matter of us making sure that we maintain our assignments and that we tackle well.
Jensen barks out the signals, then steps to the right, looks to the right, gets another set of signals. Clinton leading 21-7. 9:44 remaining, make it 20-7. Forgot about the block PAT. Low snap ball on the ground, but Jensen's going to get it. Gage Webster almost got there in time, but it was scooped back into the breadbasket of big number 12, and it'll stay with Clinton, but a 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15.
I mean, it wasn't even, I'm not even sure that Jensen was ready for it as, who was that snapping for? Is that Casey Shannon?
2nd down and 14 as they spot it at the 26-yard line. Clock ticking down toward 9 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 right, 1 left. Wing back right side for Clinton. Here's a give to Ulysses Patterson. Right up the gut again. He doesn't get touched until the second level, and he's got yardage up to the 35. That's a pickup of 9 on the play, and now it's 3rd and manageable.
Just a great job, just a basic trap coming off tackle, and so got to get a linebacker to fill that hole as the tackle needs to close down the trap. Patterson with a nice run for the River Kings.
7 carries, 90 yards for the big tailback. 3rd down and 5, ball resting on the 35. Travion Bailey split wide to the left. Devin Gallant and Seth Dotterwike split wide to the right. Patterson flanks Jensen. Fake to Patterson, and Jensen's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That is, I believe it is Dontarius Bowens on the sack all the way back to the 25, a loss of 10.
This is something that, this defensive scheme of bringing pressure off the edge started with Carlton Martinez-Hale last year. You saw him coming off the edge all the time. Dontarius has now taken up that mantle, and they've been running away from him. So I'm not sure what made them conceivably think that it would be a good idea to run a boot right back into his pressure. So great call by the Greyhounds. Great job by Dontarius. So crucial here, Scott, to catch the ball in the air.
And now a timeout going to be taken by Clinton with 7:45 remaining in the first half. And Clinton getting ready to kick it away on 4th down and 14. And you're right, catch the ball in the air and make sure it doesn't take any sort of roll in favor of Clinton. And by all means, do not, I repeat, do not do one of 2 things. Rough the punter.
Really?
Or hit somebody 50 yards behind the play.
Those would be very good ideas. That's almost like coaching bowling and saying knock down all the pins.
Well, I know we're kind of making light of it, but at some point in time,
you have to learn. Yeah, you do have to learn.
At some point in time,
and as a coach,
I don't care how frustrated you are. You don't commit personal fouls at midfield when the play is already to the 10-yard line.
And I can tell you that the coaching staff is not going, yes, this is exactly what you want to do. And I know you know that, and I know the crowd knows that, but I'm just, these are still kids that we get to get a paycheck from, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. So lots of things going on.
I've never thought about it like that, John. In to kick it away is J.R. Wofford, standing at his own 16. Good snap, gets it away. Nice kick. Going to hit at the Clinton 47 and take a Clinton roll into Greyhound territory inside the 40, all the way down inside the 33. So the prime directive of catching the football was not done, and that's a kick of 24 plus 27. That's a 51-yard punt for Clinton. But a flag on the play back at the 25. Let's hope it's on Clinton, and they have to do it again.
It's on their side of the field. I don't mean on their sideline. I mean within their backfield. So, yep. Big old tackle. Noah Howard. Yeah, Noah Howard again. He is so fast. I don't know if he just has great hearing.
Actually, that was a 41-yard punt. Again, math is hard. Either way, it would have flipped the field. Burlington's going to make them do it again. So illegal formation will send it back.
Here's a situation right now. I can tell you, whatever coach is in charge of these deep backs now is quandering to himself, do I move him up because the kick's not good? And those are usually the times when the punter makes and hits something pure and it goes like 82 yards. So, you're thinking he's going to shank one again. You're going to be able to catch it on a 50, and all of a sudden you're back up on your own 20 or 15. Williams
and King back at their own 47 to receive the punt from Wofford. just barely got it away, end over end.
Get away.
Going to hit at the Greyhound or make that the Clinton 46 and take kind of a side roll to the 48. So the Greyhounds pick up on that 18 yards of yardage. That makes sense, 18 yards of yardage on that.
Great job by the Greyhound special teams. You can see the coaches out there calling out Peter. Guys were getting away, so being on the River Kings side of the ball is a plus for the Greyhounds, so we got to be able to come back with a score, put us in close so we can be a little more competitive the rest of the second half.
7:22 remaining in the second quarter, 20-7, Clinton on top. 1st and 10 from the River King 48. Here's Williams at the left side. He's got running room, 45-40, 35-30. Couldn't quite get around the corner totally. Got pulled down by his right sleeve, but a pickup of 23 to the Clinton 25.
Severite with the pull down of the jersey. But I got to tell you, I got to give credit to Charlie Carlson. He was smart enough to know that he was going to be blocking in the back, so he pulled off. And I'd rather have Severite make the tackle on the 25 than Bryant to go into the end zone and have to bring the ball back. So good job, offense.
Nice run by Bryant Williams. 10 carries, 52 yards now for the sophomore tailback.
Julius Harris, the sophomore guard, did a nice job of clearing out that hole as well.
Dengler gets the snap. Fake one way. Now he's going to roll right. Had a man, almost had it picked off as he threw it over the head of Trey King. And they're going to say King made the catch. So that went over the head of Trey King and then evidently hit the hands that were on the ground of Zach Hoffman, bounded up into the hands of Trey King for a gain to the 18-yard line. That's a 7-yard pitch and catch.
That's an ESPN top 10.
That really is.
I mean, that's something that the film crew here at Burlington High School need to send in tonight, see if they can get something on that. Really great job by King because he's running a wheel route, goes over his head, turns around to run upfield, and now he sees that he's got a chance to get the ball.
I remember the line by Al Michaels when Antonio Friedman made a catch against the Vikings in overtime many years ago. He said, he did what? Here's Dengler on a keeper, and he's going to run out of bounds. A loss of 1, it would appear. No, they're going to give him the 19. So it will be a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
I believe that's Brock's official first run attempt. I'm not talking about his scrambles. Talking about an actual designed play for him to run, and that's something I think that the Greyhound coaching staff needs to continue to work on just to provide another layer to his ability.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's a fake to Williams. Now a give on a counter to Trey King, who's dropped outside the 20. That's a loss of 2. So the Greyhounds got it to 2nd and 3, and now they're moving backward. Actually, that's a loss of 3, so it'll be 4th down and 7.
That is Patterson and Howard on the stop for the River Kings. I'm really working hard not to go Lumber Kings, and I'm just biting my tongue. So a crucial 4th down. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to wait to try to draw Clinton offside. I don't know if they're going to actually run a play or maybe call a timeout and let our kicker try to get one over the uprights.
5-10 when it's snapped. Dengler wants to throw, looking left, throws left. Has it picked at the 10. That's
good as a
Zach
mini punt.
Hoffman.
Good, yeah. He had just running a little corner route with Bowman and just underthrew it a little bit. Not much Ron could do to try to get up there to break it up, but puts the River Kings on the 11-yard line. And, just one of the learning curves Brock has to go through as a sophomore. So
turnover on downs. And they're going to actually give him the 11-yard line. No return as he caught it and immediately fell to the ground. So 1st down and 10, River Kings from the 11-yard line, leading 20-7, 5:03 remaining before halftime. Don't forget it is homecoming, so it will be a bit of an extended halftime tonight as the homecoming queen will be announced to join homecoming king Mason Fort. Here's Patterson off the right side, and Ulysses Patterson just buries his head and squares his shoulders and drives the pile up to the 15 for a gain of 4.
Interesting, as Mason Fort does come up with a stop for the Greyhounds. Hoffman in again for the River Kings. It's interesting that I'd like to know what their decision is to go ahead and go with Hoffman versus Jensen. I don't know if they're just trading series or if they got something in mind.
Didn't the Steelers do that many years ago? Who was the NFL
Cordell Stewart was.
No, it was the Cowboys. Rotated Staubach and Craig Morton. That's who I'm thinking of. I'm a big, big history fan. Here's Patterson, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and now 2 flags come thrown by the umpire and the referee, all thrown within 6 inches of each other, so maybe that's a hold on Clinton. Holding on Clinton. Would have been a loss back to the 12-yard line, which would bring up 3rd and 9.
This may be something that you want to decline here because you do.
That's what I'm wondering.
Give them a 3rd and 9 versus moving them back and giving them another play.
So holding on Clinton will be declined. So Patterson loses 3 of the 4 he initially gained. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Now at the 12. Greyhounds have 2 timeouts remaining. Plenty of time on the clock if they can get a stop right here at 4:21, and they get the ball to start half number 2.
Dowdowich and Gallant
now
here
they
at the bottom
have
of the
taken
field.
the penalty and forced it back to the 6.
Dowdowich and Gallant for the River Kings here on the near side with
now Zach,
Bailey on the far side.
Sorry to cut you up, but now Zach Shea's trying to say, I don't want to take this penalty.
You know, this has been a unique season of calls and mechanics by officials.
I mean, you've got 2nd down and 15, or you've got 3rd down and 9, and Zach wants to take 2nd or 3rd and 9. He doesn't, and in fact, the white hat motioned that he declined, and then they walked it off. So I have no idea who's doing what down there.
Well, I did not see an official talk with one of the captains for the Greyhounds, so I'm not sure why they even decided to mark it off. So, yeah, now they're going to bring it back and correct themselves. But aren't I right, Scott? That's been kind of the loopiest thing of mechanics by officials. And, you know, we talked about first week maybe a little bit of forgiveness, but you've had a couple weeks now to kind of get your game in gear.
It makes you wonder. You hear all these stories about officials leaving the profession.
Mm-hmm.
How many newbies, how many young officials are now cycling into these varsity crews, and therefore, unfortunately, you hate to put it in these terms, but the crews just aren't as solid.
And you're learning on the fly for sure.
Right. So it is going to be 3rd down and 9, ball resting at the 12. Jai Jensen looks at the sideline once again, barks out the signals, clock running at 4:08.
Bryant pressing Bailey on the far side of the field in coverage.
Jensen gets a snap, turns and gives it to Patterson. Patterson's got the right side, turns the corner, he's going to have a 1st down. And after all that, Ulysses Patterson able to get around the corner and get a 1st down.
Don't you just hate when you make a call and it comes back to bite you? You know, here it is. People will be able to argue, you should have taken the penalty, but you know what? You think you're holding them out, and it just, that's the frustrating part.
Patterson now over 100 yards, 10 carries, 101, and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns, in fact. So 1st down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Clock inside 4 minutes now. Jensen back to pass, looking right, throws right. Wanted his main man, Bailey, coming across the middle, covered by Williams, but could not make the connection. It falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Some good underneath coverage by Charlie Carlson, but a good push. Tyler Bailey, Alex Zhu, Gage Webster for the Greyhounds, and, of course, the continual front side pressure by Dontarius Bowens. Hunter Timmerman now entering the game for, Tyler Hartman entering the game now for the Greyhounds.
Jensen now 6 for 11 for 79 yards. 2 left, 1 right. Patterson remains the only tailback in the backfield. Turn and give it to Patterson. He just takes it right up the gut. Gets 3 up to the 25. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Webster, Nash, Carlson, and Hartman all on the stop for the Greyhounds as they come off the pile and get their call. Here we go, 3rd and 7. Bailey on the top of the field, covered by Bryant. Gallant, covered by Matt Bredar for the Greyhounds.
I know the intent of this is, well, I shouldn't say I know. What's the intent of not huddling but getting to the line of scrimmage and then deciding to play? Here's the give to Patterson once again. This time he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage back at the 22, and did a ball hit the ground? I don't know. Everybody kind of went for it like it did. We'll see what the officials
yes.
They're going to give it to the Greyhounds. Patterson fumbles, and it's going to be recovered by
Nash Garlow.
Nash Garlow?
Yeah.
Wish I could see that number 51. Nash Garlow with the recovery at the 21.
Webster coming in. To answer your question, Scott, when you get in an alignment, your defense has to align up with it. So then it gives the offensive coordinator an opportunity with a little bit more time to make a decision on a play call. Offensive lineman schemes can be fairly simple. Just simple zone block, simple man blocking. So now you get to run whatever you're looking at here by what your defense gives you.
Here's a give on first down. No, a
Post,
play action
post,
fake
post,
and a roll
post,
by
post,
Dengler.
post.
Dengler going to keep it. Thought about throwing it at the last minute, then finally runs out of bounds at the 18-yard line, and the entirety of the offensive coaching staff on the near side is in disbelief. Evidently, I didn't see it. I was following Brock Dengler. Someone must have been wide open.
Blake Myers, they ran cover 0, Scott. They had Bailey coming downhill, spying on Dengler. And Blake Myers was on the top side, ran a skinny post. Really had his hand up and open from the 10-yard in. And, of course, it's easy from here.
It is.
But when you have big people chasing you, it changes your view.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Give to Williams. Takes it right up the gut, and he's got the 16. A gain of 2 more. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Howard and Luckritz on the tackle for the River Kings. Nice pickup by Bryant. Does a nice job of getting behind his blockers and kind of being patient, looking for that seam to open up. Huge 3rd down for us, Scott. Something we've got to find a way to convert. We know we're in 2-down territory. I understand that. But this is really, you really got to get your first down here. Reset the chains.
Clock running at 2:12 as the Greyhounds break the huddle. 2 receivers split wide to the left side. Dengler barking out the signals, gets the snap, turns and gives it to Trey King. King off the left side, still on his feet. I'll tell you what, he got hit at the 15, found a way to scoot through, and he's going to be close to a first down. That's just an effort run by Trey King.
I think they're going to give it to him. Oh,
Needed
they're going to
5, and they're going to bring the chains out.
Howard on the stop for the River Kings. Great run, really good. I thought it was going to be short by a couple yards, but he really did do a nice job of just continue to keep his feet moving. Get behind Tyler Bailey, get behind Isaac Wixom, and let those big guys move some people around so you can get some yardage. Half a football or less, Scott.
Mark Miller and Jan Logan, your chain crew, and it is a first down. Thank you, Mark and Jan. I know they had nothing to do with it.
Way to take that link out.
You know. Gain of 5, needed 5, got 5. So it'll be first down and 10. And it's a good thing, too, because the ball's at the 11. Conceivably, you could get another first down without scoring and maybe score and run out more of the clock.
Yes, which allows you to play the Patriot way and get the ball in the second half.
Minute 50 at the snap. King again with the carry, and this time he's hit and he's T-boned. He got hit low behind the line of scrimmage, then hit high after a gain of 1 to the 10.
Ulysses Patterson. I told you, he's a big force on both sides of the ball. And of course, when you're trying to have the other Bailey kid, Tavian Bailey, you got to find an answer for him on the other side. Makes it a tough go, but Bryant did a nice job of hanging on to the ball, getting a couple yards.
5 carries, 25 yards for Trey King now. 2nd and 9 from the 10. Clock running at 1:13. Dengler, play action fake to King. He's going to roll left. Going to throw into the end zone. Had a couple of Greyhounds over there, well covered. Bowman was one, and I'm guessing Charlie as I see the towel, unless Jackson has taken up the cause.
That's Blake,
like
too.
his older brother. Oh, that's Blake Myers, you're right.
So just running a flood pattern to the corner with a wheel route by Bowman. Great coverage by the River Kings, and so really good, nice job by Brock to be able to just kind of throw it away and not give anybody a chance to intercept the ball. Another huge 3rd down here. This may be a situation where you want to come away with points one way or the other.
First incompletion of the night for Dengler, now 2 for 3 for 29 yards. Brock going to throw again. 5-step drop from the shotgun. Throws across the middle. Had Bowman, went through his hands. That time he did not catch the cold in the desert. That's a catch that Ryan Bowman's going to look at tape tomorrow and say, I could have had.
Oh, he's going to be extremely upset. Yeah, that's something that he doesn't do. And
Ball
it
was
wide open.
thrown a little bit behind him.
Yeah, I think he.
So the Grounds are going to go for it. 58 seconds remaining. That was a nice throw by Dengler. He just threw it behind the receiver just a little bit.
Yeah.
Carlson split wide to the right. Now Clinton's going to take its final timeout of the half.
Which is great because it leaves one for the Greyhounds if they come out and see a defense that they're not looking for, if they want to make some adjustments themselves. So see what kind of magic they can draw up here in the sand right now. Remember the bottle caps and all that stuff? You cut right here, go over here by the – I don't think they have that anymore, but –
Well, there's no dirt.
Yeah.
This is turf, man. You can't put a knee down and draw on the turf.
You know, the interesting about the Greyhound season is last week is the only time that they will play on natural surface.
And the first time, right, since 2015, they had played on natural turf since that 5-3 wonderfully played football game against Fort Madison.
With a double in the seventh to seal it. So.
Oh, goodness.
And a high-scoring game, too. That's what you really enjoy.
You always want 5-3 with a game settled on a safety. Well, don't forget tomorrow, the game across the state, the game nationwide, according to ESPN, as game day will be in Ames. Iowa State hosting the Iowa Hawkeyes. Game time, 3 o'clock. And don't forget, on both of our stations here for Pritchard Broadcasting, KBUR has the Hawkeyes at 1 o'clock with the pregame show. 1360 has the Iowa State coverage beginning at 1 o'clock, and now Zach Shea will take a timeout.
Got a chance to see the defense. He hustled out the offense in a 2-by-2 set to see what kind of setup the River Kings would have, and, of course, I'm sure he was in communication with Joe Bowman, the offensive coordinator for the Greyhounds. Take their final timeout to see what kind of magic they can drop. Now, again, conceivably, you can get a first down.
Got to get 9. Scores from around Major League Baseball. The score I care about, Cardinals leading Milwaukee in the bottom of the 5th, 4-0 in St. Louis. Make that the bottom of the 4th. I can't see, man. You know, that's the thing about
math is hard and so is looking.
Well, seeing is hard when you're 47 and your eyes decide to shoot craps. Cubs ended up defeating the Pirates today 17-8. So the lead pending tonight's result right now, 3.5 games in the NL Central.
I've given up on baseball.
Yeah. You do that about every other year, right?
And then when we're in the playoffs and win for the World Series, I'm all good.
You're Red Sox fans. Red Sox and Patriots fans, you guys are all spoiled little brats. I'm just saying.
Title town.
There are kids almost ready to drink legally that have never known the Patriots to be bad.
Right.
That's terrible.
Nothing wrong with that.
Dengler on 4th and 9, back to pass. Throws into the end zone. Wants Thompson. Got Thompson. KT Thompson with touchdown. Greyhounds, and he got away with a push-off.
Well, I don't know if it was so much of a push-off as it was just kind of a turn, and then the defensive back, who was Severite, couldn't find the ball. That was a beautiful back shoulder throw by Dengler, something that was much needed. He, just to continue to give him that confidence. Great job of a score for the Greyhounds. Dengler ready to set up the extra point here with Bradar on the hold.
Snap is good. Spot is good. Kick is good. 53 seconds remaining in the half. It's now Clinton 21, Burlington 14. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com. We'll tell you why that's important in just a second. Dengler just going to squib it. Going to be fallen on by Travion Bailey at the 43. So the reason that's important is because, as I write everything down, how do you go 21 yards in 2 minutes and 2 seconds? That's incredible. You only leave Clinton now with 53 seconds. However, I got to ask, why not kick it deep instead of giving them now a relatively short field at their own 43?
I don't know if that was meant to be that short. When you always say squib, we're always saying the ground ball that thing somewhere in the hole, take it deep down to the 10 or the 5, and then make them go ahead and push the ball upfield a little bit. You know, this is not a difficult thing with Bailey down here at the bottom against Bredar. So,
quarterback in the game right now, Zach Hoffman. Hoffman back to throw. He's going to keep it. Takes it right up the gut, and he's going to be brought down by Gage at the 46.
That's Nash Garlow.
Oh, Nash Garlow. Sorry.
Yeah, did a nice job spying. And I think they're going to just continue to try to spread it out, try to find some gaps, because Burlington's in their deep prevent here. It's really just a cover 2.
And they're letting the clock run with no timeouts remaining. Clock at 27 and counting. Now back in the game is Jai Jensen. Jensen claps his hands, then looks at the sideline, trips to the right side. Clock at 15. Patterson, the single setback. Again, 3 right, 1 left. That 1 left, however, is Travion Bailey. Jensen back to pass, throws it deep down the left side to Bailey. Bailey makes the catch, then has it swatted out of his hands by Matt Bredar.
Throw the X.
Gives him a little bit of a glare.
Throw the X.
No X, but he did stare at him just
great
for
job
a
of coverage.
tick.
But a great job of coverage. You know, we kind of have sport with Matt a little bit, but you know what? He does a great job. Not the fastest guy in the world, but technically always in the right position and as tenacious as anybody on the field. So did a great job there. Bailey actually had the ball in his hand. It was Bredar was able to separate it. So
3 seconds remaining, probably the last play of the half, barring some sort of defensive penalty. Jensen barking out the signals again, trips right side, looks left. Now he's going to be pressured out of the pocket, throws deep down the right side, overshot everybody. The only person close was Charlie Carlson, and it falls incomplete. So that's how half number 1 will end. So the Greyhounds fell behind early 6-0, took a 7-6 lead, and then saw Clinton score back-to-back on consecutive possessions to make it 21-7. Then Burlington responds here with 53 seconds remaining in the half to make the halftime score 21-14. We're going to step away for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have some thoughts on the first half and get you ready for the second half. That and more coming up. It's halftime at Bracewell Stadium. Clinton 21, Burlington 14 on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The year was 1970. Apollo 13 safely returned to Earth. The Beatles broke up. A new band from London was formed. Tonight, the Marching Greyhounds present the Queen Extravaganza. Let's be performing please Bohemian Rhapsody and We Are the Champions. The band is second on the field by drum major Nicole Williams. Nicole, is the band ready? Band, take the field. Good evening and welcome to the 2019 Burlington High School Homecoming Celebration. We begin by extending a sincere thank you to the high school teachers, staff, and administration, as well as the Burlington community for supporting us throughout our homecoming week. Special thanks go to Schottenkirk West Burlington for organizing and donating the truck, convertible, and Jeep to the parade marshal, candidates, returning queen, and prince and princesses. Melissa's Fashions and Brian and Renee Jackson for the help of the tuxedos for the candidates' escorts. And Mrs. Hess Holly for the royalty photos and posters. We also congratulate Mason Ford, who was named the 2019 Homecoming King at our pep assembly last night. We begin tonight's coronation by welcoming back our returning 2018-19 Homecoming Queen, Tiffany Conrad. Tiffany is being escorted tonight by our Prince and Princess, Landon Wells Carter, the son of Diana Wells and Earl Carter, and by Cora Myers, the daughter of Samantha and Rusty Mears. Tiffany Conrad is the daughter of Tom and Finn Conrad and the sister to Chris. Tiffany is currently a freshman at Kirkwood Community College and is attending the Physical Therapist Associate program. She'll graduate in 2021, but will always remember where she came from. She is proud to be a Greyhound and hopes the Queen candidates are proud to be one too. She wishes them the best of luck and hopes they take her advice to cherish every moment that they can in high school, because time really does fly when you're having fun. Our returning queen is Tiffany Conrad. Our first queen candidate is Bailey Weeman. Haley is the daughter of Angela and Trevor Weeman, and the sister to Haley and Connor. She has been involved in student council, dragon boats, and the kennel, cheering for her fellow Greyhounds. She's on her 4th year as a member of the Greyhound volleyball, basketball, and soccer teams. She's been in the Greyhound volleyball club team for 5 years. She's played soccer since she was 4 years old and has played for the Southeast Soccer Academy travel team since she was 9. She loves chocolate milk, hot Funyuns, hanging with plans, making low Snapchat, driving your car around listening to her jams, and making yourself and everyone else laugh. If she had a favorite quote, it would probably be, "A woe a day keeps the woes away." She plans to continue playing soccer at the college level. She is currently undecided where, but is interested in pursuing an education in sports medicine. Tonight, she's being escorted by her father, Trevor Weeman. Our second team candidate is Peyton Davis. Peyton is the daughter of Lori and Mike Davis, and she has 2 older brothers who she has always tried to keep up with, Drew and Jacob. She is a member of National Honor Society, Student Council, Leo Club, Varsity Club, captain of the Greyhound volleyball team, and plays tennis. Her future plans are to be a double major in biology and Spanish and attending medical school. She has a desire to be a cardiologist. Kate is being escorted tonight by her father, Mike Davis. Our third queen candidate is Elena Abuasoli. Elena enjoys hanging out with family and friends, traveling, playing the piano, watching episodes of The Office over and over, and baking chocolate chip cookies for family and friends. She's involved in swim team, band, orchestra, chamber orchestra, dream catchers, student council, Leo Club, National Honor Society, Medical Explorers, Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Conference, Senior Counselor, National Student Leadership, Health, and Human Psychology. Elena is being escorted tonight by her father, Michael Abuasoli. Elena plans to attend the University of Iowa to major in health and human physiology. Our fourth queen candidate is Kylie May. Kylie is the daughter of Robert and Darcy Sharman May. She's the youngest of 3 children. Her brother Zach and his wife Amanda have a 10-year-old son Landon and 5-year-old twins Lexi and Mason. She also has an older sister Hillary, who has her master's degree in forensic psychology. Kylie received her education in the Burlington school system from Blackhawk, Ed Stone, and now BHS. During high school, she's been involved in Club M, Varsity Club, and inducted into the National Honor Society. She's been a captain of Powder Club football and dragon boat teams. She's played softball, basketball, and has been a 4-year member of the volleyball team. She loves spending time with her friends and family and has interest in drawing and traveling. She works part-time for Hy-Vee Agency. She plans to possibly play volleyball at the college level and is considering majoring in physical therapy. Tonight, she's being escorted by her father, Robert May. Our fifth queen candidate is Kaylin Moeller. Kaylin is the daughter of Matthew and Robin Moeller. She's being escorted by her father, Matthew. Kaylin has a younger brother, Ethan. Kaylin was born in Yokosuka, Japan, when her family was stationed there with the United States Navy. When Kaylin was in 2nd grade, her family recruited to Otterbach, Germany. It was there that Kaylin attended German school for a year, picking up the local language. During the family's time in Germany, Kaylin was able to visit over 30 countries. In 2013, Kaylin and her family moved to Burlington, where she attended Aldo Leopold Middle School and now BHS. Growing up, Kaylin was active in Girl Scouts, winning the Bronze Award for Community Service as Junior Girl Scout. During her time at BHS, Kaylin has been involved in cross-country, track, cheerleading for both basketball and wrestling and golf. Taylor has played the alto saxophone in jazz band, marching band, concert and symphonic band. She's a member of Student Council, Varsity Club, and Club M. Taylor is also a Steamboat Day sweetheart. Taylor loves spending her Friday night as spirit leader in the kennel cheering on the Greyhounds football team. Taylor has been a lifeguard for YMCA and is currently a barista at Starbucks in Target. Free time for Taylor and almost always allows shopping with her friends, binge watching her favorite show, Stranger Things, or hanging out with the family cat, Newbie. After graduation, Taylor hopes to study abroad or attend the University of Hawaii. Tonight, she's being escorted by her father, Matthew Moeller. And now, your 2019 homecoming queen is Miss Elena Abuaki. Elena, our 2019-2020 BHS homecoming queen. Again, thanks everyone for joining the celebration. A reminder to all students of a safe and fun homecoming weekend. Well, fans, if you check your 50-50 tickets, we have a winner. You may claim your prize in the press box. The holder of ticket number 966343. 966343 is tonight's 50-50 winner. Again, number 966343. You may claim your winnings in the press box. So thanks to all for playing 50-50. rushes for 98 yards, 12 pass attempts, 5 completions, and 1 receptions for 82 yards passing. Total first half Clinton offense, 180 yards. Deer Greyhounds, 23 rushes for 117 yards, 6 pass attempts, 3 completions, and 1 reception for 39 yards passing. Total Greyhounds first half offense, 156 yards.
You wouldn't have to worry about going to your physical.
Well, fans, our winner of $241.50 tonight is Kayla Isongo. Congratulations, Kayla. And with Karen Aller, please report to the press box at your convenience. Karen Aller, please report to the press box at your convenience. Bryant Williams on the kickoff return for the Greyhounds. Down to the 42-yard line, where the Greyhounds take over to begin the third quarter. 1st and 10. Dangler on the tape, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Run out by Zach Hoffman. 6 yards in the play. 2nd and 4 from the 48. Thompson, the ball carrier, tackled by Zach Hoffman. Ball to the 43-yard line. 1st down. Ten yards on the play. Thompson, the ball carrier. Down by Zach Hoffman. 4 yards in the play. 2nd and 6 from the 39. Thompson, the ball carrier. Shot by J.D. Miller and Noah Howard. 2 yards on the play. 3rd and 4 from the 37. Luckett. And next, Kuzinski on the stop. 6 yards in the play. First and 10. Greyhounds at the 31. J.P. Thompson on the carry. Jasper Luckett on the tackle. 4 yards on the play. Second and 6 from the 27.
Tire. You beat me to it.
Spray.
Stop taking my material.
It's a spray rubber tire.
Micro Moon up just across the way.
That
And
hurts.
as I say, Micro Moon, Friday the 13th, Tyler Bailey jumped at left tackle.
Yep, just trying to get out and get a piece of something. Don't let this hurt us now. Just be patient. You're in 4-down territory. You got a plethora of plays. I think we've had some success both in the run game and as well as throwing the ball. We've been really successful on that bootleg, so let's not forget about that.
8.5 and counting, third quarter, 20-14, Clinton on top. Second down and 11 as the penalty puts Burlington behind the sticks. Dingler, play action fake, hits a man out of the backfield. That's Mason Ford inside the 30, down to the 15, inside the 20 rather, to the 15. Nice little play action and hit on a screen pass left side to Ford.
Great concept. That's just play action off their base, inside zone run play where Mason's supposed to run out and get his handles on the outside linebacker and just continues to run a flat route. Great touch by Dengler. Good call to move the chains.
21-yard pickup down to the Clinton 11, first down and 10. And again, the Greyhounds in a position to get a first down without scoring if it so happens. 2 right, 1 left. Dengler, 5 yards behind center. Pulls down a high snap, gives it to Williams. Williams off the right side, down to the 8, maybe the 7, depending on the spot. Just hard between the tackle yards all night tonight for Bryant Williams as they give him the 8, gain of 3.
Jamie Miller on the stop for the River Kings there, just kind of threw him down, but really just a really nice surge. I think Miller was just actually kind of falling backward off the block of Isaac Wixom, and then was able to reach out and get a hold of Williams to be able to bring him down.
Carlson and Bowman to the right, Myers to the left. Give to KT up the middle. Bowls over a tackler again, but this time the tackler went to the ground, held on to his leg, and was able to stop him, and that's Ulysses Patterson who took the brunt of that. Patterson able to hold on for dear life and wait for reinforcements, and KT only able to get 1 down to the 7.
Yeah, and then he got a lot of help from Noah Howard, 6'5", 302-pound senior. So, interesting 2 plays here you got to call.
And there's a pause on the field, and I think they're going to check out Jasper Luckritz, number 20, who looks a little wobbly, a little woozy. Maybe he was the one that took the brunt and not Ulysses. I just saw Patterson get off the floor, so I thought
it's
it
kind
was
of hard
him.
from my vantage to see who KT hit, but boy, you can hear the hit. I mean that's bringing some heavy lumber. So yeah, Luckritz does have to go out. And replaced by, it looks like Gallant, number 11.
Williams, Hartman, and Fort flank Dangler. 3rd down and 6. Here's a give to Williams, hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped by Trevor Bittner. It'll be a loss back to the 8, a loss of 1. So it'll be 4th down and 7.
Be one of those things that maybe Brock would have been able to read that. If it wasn't a called play, be able to read it and pull it and go, because there really wasn't anybody outside of Bittner after the read inside.
So Brock Dengler's going to try a 25-yard field goal. First field goal attempt of the season from the left hash. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up and not so good. He pulled it left and barely got it over the line, so the field goal is no good, and Clinton will take over 1st and 10 at its own 20.
That's like sculling a 5-iron when you're trying to get in. So, tough. You know, I know they practice that.
1st and 10, Clinton from the 20.
Kept Clinton's offense in check. We need to knock on some wood to make sure it stays that way. Zach Hoffman in at quarterback to start the 3rd quarter. First drive for Clinton. Flanked by Patterson to his right. 3 wide receivers left side. Turns and gives to Patterson. Patterson not much there. Try to just work his way up the middle, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And nothing more as 5 black shirts are there to drop him.
Yeah, led first of all by, I believe, if I can see it correctly, Trey King. Kind of playing that linebacker rover spot, then Nash Garlow, and then Charlie Carlson. Really has had a heck of a game coming in from that safety spot.
Jai Jensen back in at quarterback. Now they go 3 left, 1 right. Patterson still a tailback. Now he'll switch sides of Jensen from right to left. 2nd and 10 from the 20. 5.5 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter, 20-14, Clinton on top. Jensen going to roll left, throws left, has a man with a sliding catch at the 24, and that's going to be Seth Dotterwike, his wide receiver. Give him 4 on the catch, so it'll be 3rd and 6.
Dontarius Bowens on the cover. Nice job of not piling on after he dives for the catch. Sometimes you forget that he's down immediately when his knee hits. Big 3rd down here for both teams. Greyhounds got to get a stop and get the ball back.
3 wide receivers, trip set to the right side. Burlington in a 4-3 formation. Now a timeout going to be called by Clinton, their first of the half. And that, along with a missed extra point or 2, may come back to haunt the River Kings.
Yep, I think the Greyhounds were set in a really good defensive set there. It looked like they were in a cover 3 situation. And so I think that got Coach Wofford a little bit unnerved because we've been playing cover 1 and cover 0 most of the night. So didn't get to see what he wanted to see, and so now he's got to switch his gears. And how do the Greyhounds answer? Do they bring pressure now off to the edge? Do they I think the last couple of times that they've had these kind of situations that they've been able to come up the A-gap with all of this spread, so you got to have a good spy somewhere in the middle. And I know that Nash Garlow's done a nice job there, and of course Trey King has done the same. So interesting 3rd down here coming up for the Greyhounds.
Games elsewhere around Class 4A District 5 tonight. Davenport West is at Muscatine. West 2-0 through the first 2 weeks. Bettendorf playing host to Dubuque Hempstead. Cedar Rapids Kennedy taking on also undefeated West Des Moines Valley in Cedar Rapids. Central on the road, so to speak, at Davenport North. Both teams 1-1. Cedar Rapids Washington looking for its first win against Davenport Senior, or Dubuque Senior in Dubuque. And here's a swing pass to Patterson, trying to go around the right side. Nothing doing. Mason Fort dropped him at the 20, the original line of scrimmage where all of this drive started, and Clinton will have to kick it away.
You know, in the last 2 weeks of film, they've used that play quite a bit, but they've never gone to Patterson. They've had Bailey run deep, and so great job by Fort and Bryant Williams to read the screen and be able to get the ball to the Greyhounds here. Now, he's not kicked the best, and I think we might be just a little too deep here. Would love to see us move up around the 48, 49, catch this ball in the air. Make him kick it over our heads.
As much as Patterson has done on the ground, 13 carries, 100 yards, 2 catches for -7.
Yeah. And, of course, Bailey's been very quiet here as we opened up the 3rd quarter.
Punt stepped into, going to be taken, or actually it's going to hit at midfield and take a Clinton roll, taken by Williams at the 41. Williams gets to the left corner, 45-50, 45-40 into Clinton territory. Makes a move at the 35-30, 25-20, still on his feet. Splits a tackler inside the 10, all the way down to the 7.
And I'm telling you right now,
52 yards.
Could be a game-saving tackle by Mitchell Metzger, 5'6", 142. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know who had the hit over here on the near sideline that sprung him. But I'm telling you, I believe, well, we'll wait. I don't want to give out a number and get somebody a little bit more concerned than we need to. But he is rolled up. Clean block. That's the thing. That was a clean shot. That wasn't any sort of head hunting. That was just magnificent job. It's one of those things, Scott, I said, we got to catch the ball in the air and hit the ground. I go, oh, no, here we go again.
Well, it took a nice hop.
Yeah,
it took a nice hop right to the breadbasket of Bryant Williams, who turned it into a 51-yard return, flipping the field and going from his own 41 down inside the 10 into the shadow of the Clinton goalpost.
Now, I will say the one thing that as I've been watching the training staff from both schools work on whoever the player is, he's moving both his legs and his arms, and it looks like he just took it. We don't want it to be a concussion, but I think he just kind of maybe caught the wind. Everybody's up. He's just kind of catching himself here. Scott Linebaugh, Kyle Peterson from Universal Therapy Group down there. And I know the Clinton River King medical staff, training staff, has been probably one of the premier groups in the state over the years. I know they've done a great job when we've been on the road there. So good job. Whoever it is moving. And moving pretty well. I think they're just kind of taking their time, making sure he's okay. And that's who I thought it was. It was Noah Howard. I mean, when you are 6'5", 302, and somebody lays you out, you've been hit. That's a big redwood that's fallen. But he looks to be okay. We'll hopefully get some sort of report later.
At least it doesn't look like it's any sort of lower body injuries. Walking fine. I would guess, to use a very cliched and overused vernacular, got his bell rung, which in today's day and age is not something a lot of people want to hear. So 3:44 remaining in the third quarter. Greyhounds trail by 6, but are knocking on the door. First down and goal at the Clinton 8-yard line.
Boy, I'd love to see some misdirection right here down on the goal line. They've got bodies flying every which way.
KT Thompson behind Dengler. Dengler gets a snap, turns and hands it to KT. KT just bowls his way inside the 5. Down to the 3. That's a gain of 5. It'll be second and goal.
He's at the bottom of the pile for the River Kings. You got Patterson, man. Ulysses has been everywhere. And, of course, Bailey, the younger Bailey, on the tackle. Tavian Bailey on the tackle there for the River Kings.
Bowman goes wide to the right. Jackson Carlson wide to the left. They leave the huddle first. Here comes the rest of the offense. Fort, Hartman, and Thompson around Dengler. Give to Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Walks into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown, Greyhounds.
Great concept. Everybody blocking down. Right tackle Jacob Peterson blocks out, creates a huge hole. KT does a nice job of setting that up, hitting his left foot, breaking into the end zone. All important extra point coming up.
For the lead, Brock Dengler on the hold by Ryan Boone, or make that Matt Bradar. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is up, and he hooked it left. So we stay tied at 20 apiece. 3:02 remaining third quarter. Back in 1 minute on KBR and KBR.com. KT Thompson's 3-yard touchdown run ties it up at 20 with just over 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Now a pooch kick, going to hit at the 25, take a Burlington roll inside the 20 to the 18. Picked up and coming near side, now up the middle to the 30, now the 35, and that's going to be Mitchell Metzger on the return. A return of about 19 out to the 37-yard line.
Trying to see, we got a new number to call out here today. Trying to see who it is. Made the tackle here for the Greyhounds. It's number 24, Jackson Carlson. We haven't talked to him all night. Made the deal. That Metzger did a nice job getting upfield, reminiscent of Atumwa's Cole spinning around. Big set of downs here. We need to get a 3 and out, get the ball back.
We got a new ball game, 20-20. It's now a 14-minute and 54-second game, tied at 20. First down and 10 from the Clinton 37. Pressure up the middle by Wixom, and complete to Patterson is Jensen's pass, but it falls incomplete now as the hit jarred the ball loose. Falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Man, and Patterson falls hard on his back, snaps his head to the turf, and referee double-checked on him to make sure he was okay, but he bounces up, ready to go. Nice job of our defense. We've obviously scouted this out very well. Mason Fort with a great play.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 47. Now 2 wide receivers to either side. Patterson still flanks Jensen to the left. Burlington rushing 3. Wixom again, pressure up the middle. Complete up the middle. Passing left to Devin Gallant. And Gallant up to midfield for a gain of 13. It'll be first down as they move the chains.
This is where Clinton had their success really in both games, is just somewhere short in the mid-range, curl, hook, flat zone. And I'm not sure why they don't do this more consistently.
As
Nash Garlow.
bro.
Yeah, Nash Garlow is kind of wincing, I think, either his shoulder or his hand. So in comes Tyler Hartman to replace him as he gets checked out by the medical staff.
Officials gave Gallant the 49, so officially a 14-yard pickup. First down and 10 in Burlington territory. 2 minutes remaining as the clock continues to run here in the third quarter. 20-20 your score. 2 desperate teams. Jensen complete, left side. He's got his man Travion Bailey once again down to the 35, a pickup of 14.
Man, Matt Berdard did what he could do. He almost had his hands on a pick, but he ends up falling through the hands right into Bailey. And if it's not for Bowens, Bailey's in for 6.
4 catches, now 72 yards for Bailey. Number 1 receiver tonight for Jai Jensen. First down and 10 now at the Greyhound 35. Trips to the right side. That's the wide side of the field as the ball rests on the left hash, right on the 35-yard line stripe. Jensen gets the play. Now claps his hands, gets the snap, looking left. Now flushed out right. Pressured from behind and dropped outside the 40 by Tyler Hartman. And I think Jai Jensen hurt his leg because Hartman came down on him and his leg twisted. I don't want to say gruesome, but in an odd manner, and Jensen still down on the floor.
Yeah, reminiscent of the first quarter. Looked like his knee, but I think it's more of his right ankle. Of course, here come the medical staff again. Scott Linebaugh first on the scene. Clinton staff right there, right next to him.
Loss of 6 on the play, but more importantly, the health of Jai Jensen. Just a hustle play. He got sacked from the backside, the blind side, and Tyler Hartman plays at 180 miles per hour, anything he does. Same thing on the baseball field, and just when he brought him down, kind of twisted Jensen in a way that he kind of came down on his leg.
And part of it is Bryant Williams was coming up in a contained situation, so it was, what can I think? Jensen here plants his foot in the ground, and that's when Hartman came through and just kind of looked weird. So,
of course, these teams conclude their district schedules next week. Burlington will go on the road to take on Fort Madison before they open up district play back here in 2 weeks against Davenport Central. Clinton will host Dubuque Wahlert next week as they conclude their non-district portion of their campaign. And Jensen up on his feet, but not able to put a whole lot of weight on that right foot. And it looks like it's probably, based upon how he's limping, probably an ankle type of situation.
Yeah, and with 26 guys on the roster, you become extremely thin now at the quarterback position. And so Hoffman comes in, who's really more of the runner than, more of the thrower than the runner. So, we'll just kind of see what happens with Jensen here, what kind of work they get done on him.
Hoffman 6 for 8 on the year for 86 yards, has 1 touchdown. So 2nd down and 16 from the Greyhound 41. Hoffman, play action fake. Now he's going to roll left, throws deep down the middle, and picked off by Dontario Sawyer. Intended on the play for J.R. Wofford, but Sawyer undercut the route and just couldn't hold on. Or is that Bryant? It's hard to tell. Or maybe even Trey. One of those 3 guys almost got an interception.
Since they all look, in their uniforms, look very similar in their cut. But obviously King with the brighter shoes is the one that we got to know.
So was that Trey who almost got the
That was Trey King.
Oh, what can I say?
You made a good effort, and everybody got
mentioned.
mentioned.
I covered my bases.
There you go.
They all start with 2.
There you go.
They're all built very similarly.
That 5'7", 5'8" frame, very thick.
Now from here, I can tell very clearly that's number 25. Brian
They're
Williams
not all
right
playing on this
of
side of the field, Scott. That seems to be the issue. Could we just have the officials this hash, please?
It's like double or nothing, where the right field was off limits when you were a kid. 3rd down and 16 from the 41. Back to pass again is Hoffman. Steps up in the pocket. Pressured by Wixom. Now he tucks it and he runs. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. +1 to the 34, but short of the first down by 9.
Man, Hartman and Hare are so close to being able to get a sack behind the line of scrimmage. Hoffman did a nice job of making that move and to get out of the tackle.
Just Hoffman's 2nd carry of the night. 2 rushes, 10 yards. Now they go no huddle and quicken it up. 4th and 9 from the 33. They're going to go 3 wideouts to the right side in Wofford, Gallant, and Dodderwyk. Travion Bailey split wide to the left. Ulysses Patterson still the tailback. Same skill position guys they've used all night long, and like you said, with a roster of 26, that would make sense. 4th and 9 from the 34. Greyhounds need to stop. Keep this momentum going.
Watch the belly of the defense. Don't
Hoffman pressured again by Wixom. Going to roll right, tucks it, runs. And a poor man, Steve Younger, Mark Brunell has a first down to the 24. Brought down on the play by Alex Zhu.
Hartman disgusted with himself because he felt like he had a shot to get him down for the loss.
Needed 9, got 10, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. So put your 4 fingers in the air. It's time to go to the 4th. 36 in the books, 12 to go. We're tied up at 20. Back on KBOR and KBOR.com in 1 minute.
10 yards on the play is good for a taking first down. Would Karen Aller please report to the press box for your convenience?
Patterson to the 21. First play of the 4th quarter. Ulysses Patterson with a carry off the right side. A gain of 3 will make it 2nd and 7 out the Greyhound 21. And what a missed opportunity right there, Coach, to get off the field defensively.
Yeah, we were right in the thick of things, and we had a chance to make a stop. But now we gotta retread here and get going.
Just the 2nd carry of the half for Ulysses Patterson. 14 carries, 103, and a couple of touchdowns now.
Looking over to the far sideline, and Jay Jensen is dropping back, working on his footwork here.
Patterson again hit at the line of scrimmage, and everything he had in him got him back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even a half yard, as he was hit, driven backward, and then fell forward. Maybe a half yard officially. I'll give him 1 on the carry.
Well, and I'm going to, you know what, I'm telling you, Trey King and Gage Webster coming in from that far side did a nice job of just collapsing the hole, and he had nowhere to go.
3rd down and 6 from the 20. Another opportunity for the Greyhound defense to at least force Clinton to make a decision. Do we kick or do we go? Are they in field goal range? It would be a 37-yarder from right here. And now Clinton wants to take its 2nd time out of the half. That will leave them with just 1. And again, you wonder, I mean, you never want to not use a timeout, but you also want to have a couple for late in the game if you need them.
And the good thing is this is the one situation, I think, in the first 2 weeks of this season where the Greyhounds have all 3 of theirs. And again, I think, you know, Coach Shea's done a very nice job of changing up their defensive looks to confuse Coach Wofford, so he's got to use this timeout on 3rd and long in order to make sure he's got the personnel that he wants and the play that he's looking for. So we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Shea and the defensive staff do right here as the Clinton, I'm about ready to do it.
Lumber Kings.
River Kings get lined up. And here come the Greyhounds.
Right about now, you got to be that player who says, I want to make this play. I want to bow up and I want to force a 4th down. I want to plow through somebody like KT Thompson plows through somebody carrying the football. 3rd down and 6 from the 20. Hoffman, play action fake, going to roll left, pressured left. Now going to get sacked outside the 30. Pursuing the play and never giving up was Gage Webster, who gets the sack of Hoffman all the way back at the 30-yard line.
Definitely not what you wanted to do, but Charlie Carlson, nice job. Knowing that he had to keep outside contained, took the right angle to keep his outside arm free, didn't make the tackle, slowed up Hoffman enough, allowed Webster to come from the far side and make the sack. Huge play. They got to punt it away. You're not in a situation where you've got that kind of leg. So here is so crucial. If you're on the 10 and it's over your head, let it go. If it's anything in front of you, fair catch it at best. Give us a chance to have some good field position.
4th down and 20. J.R. Wofford booted away. End over end kick. He angled it out of bounds, and that looks like it's going to be. They're going to start walking at the 6 and walking back to the 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22-yard line.
Wow, nice job.
Why do you go all the way back to the 6 just to walk it to the 22?
That's because you get help from the white hat, Scott. He lets you know where he felt like it went out. Gives you that thumbs up. That's right there. You know, Wofford, I know he's not very happy.
That's how it works?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
You learn stuff every day, don't you?
8-yard punt on 4th and 16.
You know, and I know you're taught to angle it out, but sometimes when you do something that profound,
I say
that causes
kick it high and let your guys run 25 yards and try and catch it.
Yep.
So 1st down and 10 Greyhounds from their own 22. Here comes Bryant Williams off tackle left side, and he's going to be brought down and thrown down with authority by the injured Noah Howard from a few plays ago.
Getting some revenge back, I think.
It's a gain of 1.
So just letting in. You're seeing the Clinton defense now doing a little more stunting here, trying to put a little more pressure on the front 5 of the Greyhounds. It'll be up to the backfield. It'll be up to Mason Ford, Tyler Hartman, those guys to be able to adjust. Gage Webster, as he comes in and plays the sniffer back, to be able to take care of that kind of stunning that's coming on the inside.
So 2nd down and 9 from the 23. Dengler going to swing one out to Trey King. King's got the 25, the 30, and run out of bounds at the 31. Going to be about a yard short of the 1st down, but a nice pitch and catch. Just a simple screen pass, if you will, to Trey King. Caught him in stride, picked up 8.
So much better than the swing passes he had first week. He seems much more confident in his touch. Running backs are doing a much better job on the arc route. Gives us a great opportunity to move the chains on this play.
So 3rd down and 1 from the 31 now for the Greyhounds. Got to keep this momentum going. 8:51 remaining here in the 4th. Need 3 feet to keep the drive going. Here's KT. Is he going to get it? No, he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. Dropped at the 30, a loss of 1. Now Zach Shea has a decision to make.
No, I think this is an easy decision. Kick it away, switch the field. I'm not sure that was the right direction of the play here. It looked like that was the open side of the field where we read, and I think that might have been a situation that if it was a pure read, Brock should have kept.
So Travion Bailey
Clinton quite
and
confused.
William Sivright back deep to catch the kick of Gage Webster. Webster kicks it away. Nice kick, end over end. Going to hit it to Clinton 42. Bounce sideways and up the field. Take a Greyhound roll to the 35. So a nice 7-yard roll off the kick. That'll be 15 plus 20. That's a 35-yard punt for Gage Webster. No flag, so it'll be Clinton football. No, they are going to call it. There is a penalty marker all the way on the far side. Illegal formation on the Greyhounds.
Bring the ball back, move it back 5, make the Dogs kick it again.
So that wipes out a 35-yard kick.
That's just a situation where you don't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage in that special formation where they just have on the right side the center, guard, and tackle. On the left side, the same 3 guys, but they're about 12 yards apart on the far hash along with your 3 personal protectors. Yep, they're trying to make a move up on the line of scrimmage to give them the correct number.
So Webster will try it again, this time from his own 10. Line of scrimmage is the 25. Big left footer, boots it away. Better kick this time, going to be fair caught at the 45 or the 46, depending on the spot, by Travion Bailey. They'll spot it at the 45. So a kick of 30 yards.
Well, big series for both teams here when we're tied up at 20, Scott. We have to keep the momentum. I know we stalled out a little bit on defense, but we've got to find a way to continue this defensive momentum. And so we really are one step away from a pick 6. We are a couple steps away from putting our hand on the ball when either one of these quarterbacks come rolling out. So here he comes. Jensen was doing some running on the sideline, and he's now back. They've got a sleeve on his right leg, and I believe they kind of figured it's a calf injury more than anything else.
Jai Jensen back at quarterback. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Ulysses Patterson still in the backfield. Patterson, 15 carries, 104 yards, a couple of touchdowns, but pretty much held in check here in the third and fourth quarter. Now a delay of game. Going to push it back 5 yards.
Wow, I'm surprised we've not had more of that, Scott, because we don't have the clocks out. So that obviously is a big plus for us as Coach Shea looking to change personnel. In comes number 42. That's Hunter Timmerman, and out comes Trey King as they move into a cover 3 look.
20-20 your score, 8 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. Jensen back to pass, throws deep down the left side. Wanted
Gallant.
Devin Gallant covered by Bradar on the play. Out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Interesting they target him. Their target the whole night has been Bailey on that near sideline. So I'm not sure if they just saw a matchup situation. But here comes Bailey back onto the bottom of the field to go against Bradar as Williams now has to handle Gallant.
Again, a 2-by-2 set, 2 right, 2 left. Again, as they've done all night, Clinton gets to the line of scrimmage and then checks with the sideline. Play is called, snap, 2nd and 15. Jensen throws right over the head of Gallant once again, this time covered by, I think, Williams on the far side. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Just really interesting. They've had their most success passing the ball within the middle in that hook curl area, and they just seem to be unwilling to go back and find that area because that's been the weakness for the Greyhound defense. And so facing this 3rd and long, I think that would be something they might want to be thinking about.
They've eaten 10 seconds off the clock with these 2 incompletions. 20-20 for just tuning in. Clinton jumped out to a 20-7 lead. The Greyhounds scored to end the first half and early in the third quarter to make it 20 apiece. Jensen throws deep down the right side again. He's got a man this time if he kept his feet in bounds, and he did. That's J.R. Wofford with the nice catch. Went up and got it. He high-pointed it and got it to the Burlington 33.
Well, again, you're talking about Wofford, who is 6'1", against Trey King, who is at best 5'10". Now, King did a nice job of coming up through the middle to try to disrupt the ball, but a nice job by Wofford to be able to pull that in for the first down.
First catch of the night for J.R. Wofford. First and 10 at the Greyhound 33, 7.5 minutes and counting.
You know, Scott, if you're the River Kings, you definitely don't want to push this clock too far. You don't want to give the Greyhounds a chance to score.
Jensen going to keep it on a scramble, 30, 25, 20. He's got wide open field, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Clinton, and I'm distracted by the fact that in the last 5 yards, a Greyhound defender who I won't name seemed to give up when he might have had a chance to shove Jensen out of bounds.
Yeah, you know, and that's the trouble with playing cover zero when you are covering guys across the field and protection breaks down like that and your quarterback gets into the second level. You're covering with your eyes not on the quarterback, and then all of a sudden he's got a, you know, just had a clear run to the end zone, and that is a little disturbing.
Sivright in to try his 4th extra point of the night. Snap was good, but it was fumbled. Now Hoffman just tries to get it to Sivright and throws it incomplete on the conversion try. So 7:07 remaining in the 4th. It's now Clinton 26, Burlington 20. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Fans, all grilled food items are half price in the concession stand while they last. All grilled food items half price in the concession stand while they last.
How much time's left?
7:07 remaining in the ball game, and Clinton now leads by 6 after the 33-yard touchdown run on the scramble by quarterback Jai Jensen. In to kick it away and get us back underway is Logan Mulholland. Mulholland, the left footer, will approach. And we are back underway. Going to be taken on a hop by Williams at the 11. Brian Williams across the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Mulholland drags him down and gets help across the 45, and if it wasn't for Mulholland, Bryant Williams might be hitting the end zone right about now.
Dropped hard really at the end of the play there by number 22. John Martin put his face into the turf. Wasn't dirty or illegal, just, you know, the ground doesn't give like it does on turf, on regular grass, and so the staff is kind of looking at Williams right now, just making sure he's okay, and it looks like he is. Just getting a drink of water and getting himself ready to get back in there.
38-yard return gives the Greyhounds field position at the 49-yard line. In late comes Trey King from the sidelines. 6:57 remaining in the ball game. It's a 6-point lead for Clinton. King goes in motion right to left. Now swing pass to King, threw it behind him, but caught it. He stiff arms a defender and Hoffman, but he's hit and dropped for a loss of 1 at the 48.
Got to do a better blocking job. That's 13. Blake Myers there. Hoffman did a nice job getting around that. Good concept. Really, if he makes that block, King's got a ways to run.
So a loss of 1.5. We'll call it 2nd down and a long 11. Ball resting just short of the Greyhound 48. King again in motion, left to right. Give to KT Thompson, hit behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 46.
I got to tell you, they struggle. Not Hoffman, but where are you, Noah Howard? There you go. Howard just really is a beast on this left side, and Jake Peterson just having a hard time being able to down block him. He slips into the gap, and he just eats up our running backs. I think we got to find a way to pull that ball and get outside of what Howard's trying to do.
And again, a Greyhound late in coming in.
This got to be a substitution.
Bryant Williams going to force Zach Shea to take a timeout because Williams came in after the huddle broke and was going to replace KT Williams or KT Thompson, and he can't do that.
So, great play by Howard on this last play here to get it to 3rd and long. But, this is a situation where you're down by 6, 7:07. This becomes the hard decision point. Do you go for it on 4th down with this much time left, or do you kick it away and hope your defense can get a stop and maybe get the ball back with about 3 minutes to go somewhere on the plus side of the field?
I think you get 14 yards and just make those 2 questions moot.
That would be tremendous, but you also have to think ahead.
Well, that's only in baseball. Baseball, we can think ahead about 4 pitches. Cardinals 10, Brewers nothing, bottom of the 7th, so it would appear that the lead will remain 4, St. Louis over the Cubbies. So in that respect, it's been a good night, unless somehow the Brewers score 11 in their last 2 at-bats. 3rd and 13, Dangler back to pass. Throwing deep down the right side. He's got Thompson at the 30, 25, behind the coverage, 15.
And yes, throw the flag.
And a horse collar gets down to the 7-yard line. Call it a 39-yard completion plus half the distance to the goal. And the Greyhounds are 3.5 yards away from tying this up.
The maturization of Brock Dangler continues because Noah Howard was in his face, and he knew that he was going to get hit, Scott. He knew it. Delivered a strike to the outstretched arms of KT Thompson and took a huge hit, bounces up. Now they got a chance to score. Put yourself up by 1. Great job by the offensive line because it was a long developing play. Julius Harris did a nice job for holding on for as long as he could before Howard just too big and strong right now.
5:25 and counting. 1st and goal from outside the 2. Here's KT off the left side, and he's wrenched down. Did the ball come out? They're going to give him the 2, so no gain on, or gain of 1. We'll call it a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and goal.
I'm saying, Scott, for 2 more plays, continue to pound this in. Thompson's down.
Well, KT, when I said he got wrenched, he got wrenched. I mean, he got hit and held below his waist and then got turned upper body-wise.
He is, unfortunately, he is not moving. He's tossed his helmet off, but he is definitely not moving his lower body. And I'm not saying that he can. I'm just saying he might just be in that much pain right now. And, of course, the teams take their respective knees, get their water as the training staff takes a look at him.
Well, let's take a timeout while they attend to KT Thompson down on the 2-yard line, 26-20. Your score, but that's not what's important right now. We'll have hopefully some news about KT when we come back. Back in 1 minute on KBUR and KBUR.com.
Smart, we're going left. If we are smart, we're going left, Scott. Look at that gap.
Back here at Bracewell Stadium, KT Thompson leaves under his own power. Give to Bryant Williams off the right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds! No boom, I beat Buckman this time. It's 26-26.
He didn't load the charge. I'm looking at him. Here he comes. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the turret went down.
The gun jams.
Dope.
You know, that's when the whole crowd on this side should just go in unison. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Boom! Dangler to try the all-important extra point, and this time it is true. 4:57 remaining in this one. Greyhounds now lead 27-26, back in 1 minute. I'm going to take credit for it.
How much time is left?
4:57. Five plays, 51 yards, and 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and the Greyhounds lead 27-26 after the Bryant Williams 2-yard touchdown run. Dangler gets us back underway. Ball taken at the 27, just kind of working his way. And juking and jiving his way across the 30 is Tavian Bailey, Travion's brother. And he gets to the 33, a return of 6 yards.
Marshawn Bowman, who saw some time last week as a running back, comes in on the kickoff team for the stop for the Greyhounds. And, Scott, this is a very unique, interesting time of the ball game. We've not really had a whole lot of answers to stop them, but they've stopped themselves. And can we come up like the big stop we had just a few minutes ago with Webster and Carlson to get the ball back? And then it's a matter of a couple first downs, and we can put this one in the bank.
Greyhounds looking to break a 7-game losing streak dating back to week 5 of a year ago. Looking to break a 2-game losing streak to Clinton. Here's a give to Ulysses Patterson off the left side. Almost fumbled it. I think that kind of blew up the play before it could get going. He got barely across the 35 for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
White Hat, interestingly enough, Scott, as they get reset, just give a shout-out to the offensive lineman of Clinton. Using the bodies of the Greyhounds to get off is a no-no. So you have to use the ground to push yourself up. So he kind of gave them a little warning to watch themselves.
4:20 and counting, fourth quarter, Greyhounds by 1. Don't go anywhere over these final 4 minutes. Jensen rolls right, throws right, has a man short of the first down by about a yard, and I think that's probably the tight end type player Seth Dotterwijk over there, number 82, and it is.
Yep.
A gain of 7, short of the first down by a yard.
Pushed out of bounds by Fort. Nice job. A little hairy over there with Jan and the crew here. They got to try to drop their sticks and get out of the way.
And now a timeout going to be called on the field by Burlington. So Zach Shea wants to talk about things defensively. Let's set the game up for you. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Clinton coming out of the timeout from its own 42-yard line.
I'm pretty close, Scott. Coach Shea down on his knees with the chalkboard or the whiteboard and the marker as they all gather around on how to scam up the defense. Here on a crucial 3rd and 1.
You know, you don't see this in football all that often where like a football coach grabs a whiteboard and says, all right, boys, this is what we're going to do.
Well, 2 things. They do a lot of that on the sideline when they're off, but never like this. Right. Yeah, you're right. Never like this in a timeout.
This is like a 30-second timeout, and you're trying to set up a game-winning 3 from the corner.
Right, and so, this is obviously something that the coaching staff in the box to our right has been able to see. Wanted to call that down when they call the timeout. And, of course, personnel-wise, they're trading out Bryant Williams for Diego Treviso. And we'll take a look to see what happens there. They've got a whole new set of coverage in. Bailey against Berdard here on the closest to us on the Greyhound sideline.
Third down and 1 from the 42. 4:08 left in the ball game. Fake to Patterson. Wanted Bailey on a quick slant. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage by guess who? He's your new poor man's James Pleasant. That's Gage Webster who knocked it out of the air.
All right, so obviously you're going to go for it when you're down by 1 here, or down by 7, excuse me. You've got to come away with something here. Got to watch the ball, no fake counts, none of that. Got to be disciplined. You got to think Patterson. You got to think it's coming in the middle of him.
4th down and 1 from the 42. Could be the ball game right here if the Greyhounds can hold. Jensen going to give it to Patterson off the right side. Buries his shoulder. He's short.
No.
He is short. Matt Bredar gets off of Patterson at the 42. No, that's not Bredar. That's Charlie Carlson. CC with the stop at the line of scrimmage, and the Grounds take over on down.
Gotta love Matt Siebold right now in the middle of all the mayhem, calming people down. This is exciting. You want to put this thing to bed. You want to end the 7-game losing streak, but you got to have composure because things can happen. So we need at least one solid first down, and we need to take our time with our play calling. I know Coach Bowman and the staff have prepared for this. Now it's just a matter of the execution. Trying to get
both teams with 1 timeout remaining. 1 first down conceivably could put this away for the Greyhounds.
If you take
3:58, 40-second clock. They run this play, they could run it down to about 3:05. Dengler gets the snap, turns and hands it to Williams off the left side. Still going inside the 35, near the 34. That's a gain of 8.
Too many black shirts with big numbers watching the play. They got to stay engaged the entire time. Great job by Bryant to run that thing off tackle left and get the yardage.
Williams now with 67 yards on 16 carries, and you don't have to snap this ball probably for about another 20 seconds. You can take the clock down to 3:10, and with that, try and get 2 yards in the first down.
Taking their sweet time, really holding on. Matt Siebold, the assistant coach there, works with the linebackers and the running backs, really walking the clock back.
Clock at 3:10. Snap. Williams up the middle. Flags. Burst through the hole. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Now let's see what the flag is. If it stands, it'll be a 34-yard touchdown run for Bryant Williams, his third.
It's going to be procedure.
Chop block on Burlington.
You know, and that's really hard when you are inside the box. And I'm saying that they brought in, I'm looking at number 30, Trevor Bittner, coming in from the inside linebacker, who's actually coming from outside to inside the box, which makes the chop block illegal. But you know what, Scott? It still chews off some time on the clock. So the ball goes back and sets on the far side 50. It becomes 2nd and
18.
Yeah.
It turns out to be a 16-yard penalty. And more importantly, takes 6 points off the scoreboard.
But still, so does clock come off. And you don't have to go.
Dengler turns and gets it to Williams again, gets the left corner almost. Got ahead of myself. I thought he was going to get it.
Yeah.
Got back some of that. Got 7 to the 43. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
So here you go. Just continue to walk your huddle around. Settle in. Make sure you got a couple plays ready.
17 carries, 74 yards for the sophomore tailback. Clock at 2:33 and counting. 3rd down and 11 from the Clinton 43. Bowman will come wide to the right side. That is the wide side of the field. Myers wide to the left. Williams got away with a legal motion, leaning forward. Play action fake. Dengler's going to roll right, throws right. Wanted Bowman. Nice coverage on the play by Zach Hoffman. And not only did that fall incomplete, stops the clock at 2:12.
You got to kick it away. You really do. You got to kick it deep. Now don't angle it to the corner like Wofford did in just a couple series ago. Just go ahead, kick it normal. We've not been a deep kick team anyway. Get the coverage you need, and now it's a matter of playing great defense here to close this thing out.
Dengler now 7 of 10 on the night. for 106 yards. Gage Webster into kick it away. High snap, but nice snap. Webster gets it away, end over end, hits at the 20, takes a Greyhound roll inside the 10.
Get on it.
And it's going to be stopped at the 1.
Wow.
Matt Bradar, I believe. Or is that Charlie? It's hard to tell. He's kind of strutting like Charlie does.
I'm just looking at Travion Bailey, who had a soft hop like Bryant Williams did, and he let it go, and the thing rolls down to the 1. What a great break. Something the Greyhounds don't necessarily get from time to time. Got a huge opportunity to close this thing out.
So with 2:02, they're going to spot it at the 2. 98 yards for a touchdown. Maybe, 83 of that to give a reasonable opportunity for a field goal for Clinton. Trailing 27-26 in the shadow of their own goalpost. 1st and 10 from the 2. For a safety right here. Snap to Jensen, hitting the end zone as he throws. Picked off at the 22. I believe that's Ryan Bowden. Take it to the house. Touchdown, Greyhounds!
Oh my gosh!
Is that Bowman? That's Ryan Bowman on the pick and the pick 6.
My disgust is in the personal foul.
There is a flag. What are they going to call?
It's a personal foul.
Personal foul. Touchdown.
Wow.
Personal foul on the River Kings.
Excuse me, I saw Julius Harris with a block, and then I saw the flag. So, Julius, I'm sorry. Coach is sorry that he said that.
6 with the pick 6. Dengler in to try the all-important extra point to make it an 8-point spread. Bradar with the hold. Snap, good. Spot, good. Kick,
nope.
Wide left. 1:53 remaining in the ball game. Burlington 33, Clinton 26. Back in 1 minute. It's been a fun game.
Somewhat clean the second half outside of these.
So this is going to be kicked from the 45. So we'll go to a 2-minute timeout, come back, and wrap it up as quickly as give the Kirk Masner play of the game goodbyes and be gone.
Dengler. Oh, I thought he was going to hit somebody.
Okay. Back here at Marilyn Miller Family Field at Bracewell Stadium, Brock Dengler gets us back underway by promptly kicking it 45 yards into the end zone for a touchback after the 15-yard penalty.
Our first touchback, I believe, in almost half a decade. So, lots of records can be broken.
So 1st down and 10 for Clinton, now trailing by 7 from its own 20-yard line. The turnover here would seal it. Jai Jensen barking out the signals, trips to the right for Clinton. Jensen going to swing it out to Patterson. Ulysses Patterson shakes a tackler at the 20 and bowls his way up to the 29, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Treviso on the stop for the Greyhounds right there. And, keep them in bounds.
3 catches now for 2 yards.
Come on, Chain Crew. They did not mock the 1st down. Don't make them stop the clock.
Clock starts at 1:43, now counting. Trips left now. Bad snap. Picked up by Jensen. Going to roll right.
Keep him in.
And he got the first down and ran out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Just eluded the arms of Mason Ford, who had him in check, but moved the chains and stopped the clock. Got to work to keep everybody in bounds. Obviously, no big explosive plays as Tavion Bailey comes down here to the near side of the field against Berdar, as Treviso has Gallant on the top side of the field.
Minute 33. Greyhounds 33, Clinton 26. Jensen back to pass, looks right. Now thinks about running. Tucks it, he does run, gets the corner across the 35. And the ball came loose, but he was out of bounds. He got the 37, a gain of 5.
Tremendous coverage by the back half of the Greyhound defense. I mean, you're looking at Berdar, Pugh, King, Treviso's in there. Carlson's playing that kind of monster bat, strong safety guy who's in there. And, of course, we've got Timmerman, Ford, and trying to think who that other guy is. Is that King over there?
2nd and 4. Tried a quick hitter on a quick slant to Travion Bailey. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Really good job by the defensive front. 3 of the Greyhounds, Webster, Harris, and I believe that's Alex Zhu. And
now Zach Shea wants to take a timeout with 1:23 remaining. That is the last timeout of the half of the game, unless we go to overtime for the Greyhounds. 1:23, Greyhounds out of timeouts. Clinton has 1 remaining as they face 3rd down and a long 4, short 5 from their own 37, 38-yard line.
Gets even more interesting when things get intense. Coach Shea on his knees with the whiteboard on the floor. And so as they're looking over the coverage scheme and the type of pass rush they want, Clinton is over on the other side trying to come up with a 3rd and 7 play that they can move the chains, get out of bounds. Right now it's just a matter of playing good, sound, fundamental defense. Stay in your pass rush lanes. Stay in your drops if you're playing man. Stay connected. Communicate. And know where the ball is at. And if they happen to make the catch, keep them in bounds so once the chains are set, the clock will start. Because this new 40-second thing, as soon as they down the ball and the chains get set, they'll be able to start the clock. So they got bracketed over here. DJ Pugh is on top of Matt Berdard, about 15 yards, with Bailey at the bottom of the field here.
3rd down and 4. Jensen going to throw it again. Swings it out right side. Wanted Patterson. Through his hands, incomplete. It'll be 4th down with 1:19 remaining.
I don't know how much that would have done because Mason Fort was right there on the coverage. Crucial. Good to hear the crowd getting excited, trying to cause a little problem for Clinton to get their snap count right.
1:19. You get a stop here, you win your first game of 2019. Jensen barking out signals to right, to left. Patterson to his right. Wants to swing it out. Instead, a quick hitter. He gets a man up at the 44. And I want to say that's probably Dodderwijk, but we'll tell you for sure in just a second. Nope. That's going to be Devin Gallant.
Got down there by King along with Carlson. So just, good job of keeping them up so the clock continues to roll just a few extra ticks.
1st and 10 now at the 44. Clock running at 1:06. Jensen back to pass. Wants to throw right. Flush out of the pocket by Wixom again. You've heard that several times tonight. And now almost a flag on the far side as a Greyhound defender who I can't tell. I want to say maybe it's Bowman on the far side.
No, that's Ford.
Ford trying to finish the play, lost his footing, and ran out of bounds at the 45.
Such a tricky place, the sidelines with the clock running like that, because you want to make sure that he doesn't continue upfield, but you want to make sure that he doesn't cut back in front of you either. So
56 ticks of the clock remaining. Burlington 33, Clinton 26. Jensen going to roll left this time. Throws left, has a man in Burlington territory. That time it is Dodderwijk at the 47 of the Greyhounds, 1.5 yards short of the 1st down.
King with a nice tackle, but you got to keep those guys in bounds. That's the part you got to learn, fellas. Keep everybody in bounds.
3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1 at the Greyhound 47. 49 seconds. Trips to the right for Clinton. Jensen rolls right again. Wide open spaces. He can run for the first time. He does inside the 45, down to the 40, down to the 38. Inbounds, but they will stop the clock to move the chains.
Webster on the tackle. Clinton, did they call their last timeout, or are they just moving the chains? Nope, they have called their final timeout with 41 seconds left to go in the game.
And I've run out of room, John Flaherty, on my score sheet. What am I going to do?
I don't know. Jensen down again for the Kings. Looked like he was trying to get up, but it looks like it's a cramp again.
In high school football, if an injury happens in the final 2 minutes, is it like the NFL where it costs you a timeout? You have no choice?
No, but what happens now is that Jensen has to come out for a play because he's been down and they've had to stop essentially the timeout to take care of the injury before they allow the timeout clock to start. So now you're going to come in with Hoffman, the lefty, who is really primarily the thrower, even though both of them have proven they can move the ball pretty well. Just a whole new dynamic when you have a lefty. So, and of course, you got Galan, who's come down here. Bailey on the top side of the field. This might be the last we see of Hoffman because the training staff is taking an extremely careful amount of time getting him off the field.
The last we see of Jensen.
What did I say, Hoffman?
Hoffman.
Yeah, Jensen. So, you know, the one thing we always said about prevent defense is it prevents you from winning.
Victory.
The thing I appreciate about Coach Say is they're not really in a prevent. They're just playing it in a true zone here.
Hoffman back to pass on 1st and 10 from the 38. Flushed out by Hartman. Drugged down by Hartman at the 40. That's a sack.
Coach Wofford just emphatic about getting guys lined up to kill the clock, make sure everybody's set.
And now Hoffman's going to spike it. So it'll bring up 3rd and 12 at the 40.
So now it's crucial. You got to try to get about 8 yards per play in order to move the chains and get a stop on the clock. And now you've got to come up about 3 more plays. Can't play too soft, but you can't play in such a way that you let a guy get loose because you're trying to press on somebody.
21 seconds.
Zoo and Webster have got to stay vertical within their passing lanes. And then who is that? Tyler Bailey in the middle. He's got to make sure he can do all he can to collapse the pocket. And I'm not sure if they're bringing Charlie or not.
3rd and 12 from the 40. Hounds will rush 3. Hoffman back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up. Throws deep down the far sideline. Picked off at the 6. And coming the other way is CC. Charlie Carlson across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and run down at the 46. A return of 40 yards, and that'll do it. 4 seconds remain, and that's how far away the Greyhounds are from victory number 1 here in 2019.
Great job. I love Jake Peterson as the captain as he's getting guys excited. Brock Dengler and him are trying to get everybody onto the ball to get in victory formation. Keep everybody off the sidelines. There are crazier things that happen when you're in a chance to break a spell, but you want to make sure you finish this thing right and don't give them a chance here.
Get under center. Yeah, don't take a shotgun snap on this. Joe Pisarcik. Get under center, take a knee.
Nope, not going to happen. This is the way they do it.
All right. Good snap. Dengler takes a knee at the 41. He lost 5 yards, but who cares? For the first time since Week 5 of 2018, the Burlington Greyhounds will leave this field victorious. The bell will ring. Burlington 33, Clinton 26. Back in 2 minutes to wrap this up and get you to the top of the hour, which already passed for the Iowa High School Scoreboard Show. Back in 2 minutes.
Well, fans here, the totals for the game for Clinton, 35 rushes for 161 yards, 28 pass attempts, 12 completions, and 2 interceptions for 161 yards passing. Total Clinton offense, 322 yards. For your Greyhounds, 42 rushes for 184 yards, 10 pass attempts, 6 completions, 1 interception for 186 yards passing. Total Greyhound offense, 290 yards. Let's wish the players, fans, and coaches on both teams for a safe trip home.
13 times for 33 yards, had a touchdown, also had 2 catches for 49, including the 39-yarder that set up the go-ahead touchdown for the Burlington Greyhounds midway through quarter number 4. Well, we got to go because the Radio Iowa High School scoreboard show has already started. We got to get you there as quickly as possible. So very quickly, thank you to John Frederick. John, you know how I feel about you. We're heading to Fort Madison next week, although you will not be here. You're going to be honored as a 1982 state champion up at Wheaton High School.
80.
I gave you credit for
40 years, man. I'll take it.
With who was your quarterback?
Some guy named Long.
Oh, yeah. Charlie Long was the quarterback in 1980. State title at Illinois. Next week I'll be joined by Will Weeman, as far as I know. He'll be our color commentator as we go down to Fort Madison. But nonetheless, thanks, John, for hanging out with me tonight. Want to thank everybody out there in listening land. Hope you had as much fun listening to a victory for the first time in 7 football weeks as we did bringing it to you. It was great fun. 33-26 your final score. Great job, Donnie Claypool, each and every week. Nobody knew this week 1. You were a rookie. Now you're a veteran. You're doing a great job. Look forward to working with you these final 6 weeks of the year. Also want to say thank you to all our sponsors, Ryan Schmidt's Flooring America, Bob Dodds Insurance, Kirk Masner Family Dentistry, the Danville State Savings Bank, Barn Grover Glass, Courtesy Door Sales and Service, Case Pine Community Credit Union, and Standard of Beaverdale. And most importantly, thank you to the 2 women who are at home tonight. Aubrey's been sick for the last couple of days. The 7-year-old had a fever. Turned out to be just a cold, but hey, I miss you. I love you. Kelly, thank you both for letting me come out and do this each and every Friday night. If you said no, I'd stop, but you never do, so I get to keep having fun 9 Fridays of fall. Once again, your final score, 33-26. Burlington wins for the first time in 2019. We head to Fort Madison next Friday night to take on those dreaded Bloodhounds. It'll be a dogfight. I'm sure that'll be in next week's preview somehow, some way. I always use the cliches. I got to get out of here, John.
Radio Iowa.
Have a great trip next week. Congratulations on your 40-year anniversary of that state title. We'll come at you from Fort Madison next Friday night, 33-26. Greyhounds win on KBUR and KBUR.com.